He's not allowed on Twitch, so I don't know if I'm allowed to do this video. Anyway, this video is between Voldemort covering the H3H3 allegations on Fresh and Fit. All right. So we're going to watch it. Let's get the perspective. Okay. Let's see what he has to say. You know, he's a smart guy. Okay. You know, let's do this.
Oh, okay. I'm being honest with you guys. I'm permabanning.
Whatever, I'll just do it. So you can stop asking, basically.
Oh my god. Like.
Wait, I wonder how much he's actually watched, though. Like, I wonder if he saw the aftermath or if it's just the beginning, because this is very new. This is from yesterday. So I wonder if he watched the whole thing. I wonder. I wonder. Okay, probably not. It sounds like he just watched the H3 thing, so he's not bouncing off of the response video. Maybe he watched it before. I don't really know.
I hate my life.
And then look smart.
Exactly.
No, that's not. That's dude. Oh god, you're so. No, that's not the point.
After the show ended, they gave us a ride home. So,
did you have tongue when you kissed? Prepare for takeoff. Okay.
I mean, listen, the worst case scenario is I get banned on Twitch and then I start streaming on YouTube. And all I need to do is get somebody to help me out figure out how to get my stream quality up on YouTube. It doesn't really... It probably would be better for my career anyway, so... Let's be honest.
Wash.
Ew, what? Is he trying to give himself some kind of alibi in case there's any allegations against him? Because he fucked up.
Oh my god. What would the allegations be? No shot. No. Wait, no shot. Wait, no shot. Are these the other...
You saying no shot?
We're done with the misogyny arc. God, why are women so hateable?
I've been a big fan
That's actually very true. They are. I mean, oh god.
For a while, so it was convenient that I went on Fresh and Fit. So
thank you so much. So
it's crazy because like women are very hateable. All right, so I want to give you like a little story. So the other day, a while ago, I made a silly like little video about how like I don't really wash my legs when I shower because like who does that? That's weird. You know, you just let whatever the water hits and your hands can reach, you just soap it up. You know, the big parts, the pits, the booty, you know, the globules, if you know what I'm saying. And my wife saw the segment and she said, "You're disgusting. Start washing your legs." And it's just annoying. Like, why? Just let me fly, Sarge. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. You know. It's crazy.
So basically, you appeared at the beginning of the year. Now, how did you end up on the show?
So basically what had happened was...
we're going to correct some of it because I watched the whole Fresh and Fit thing. I watched all 6 hours. So we're experts right now. All right, so we'll see what... It's like really watching it after we know the truth. Because Fresh and Fit, they showed... Like, I don't like the guys, but they showed receipts, you know? So, you know, what are you supposed to do? You got to listen to the truth.
She's my best friend, one of my best friends. She lived out where I live in right now. I live in New Jersey. So
Nice.
She moved out to Miami around like November, September of last year. And when she moved out to Miami, she was like, she had her own apartment. So she was looking for something to financially like support her. So she went on this site where it was like a dating type of site. And, you know, it was for financially, you know, relationships. Yeah. And so she met Fresh on that site.
Dude, that's awesome.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure they previously had gotten exposed for that. Like, I think a year ago, how they had like a whole dating show, but they were found on this app. So it was kind of contradicting. But she had hung.
It's not really Is it contradicting? I think it's more weird that they seem to pull some guests on from that show. What I think is more exposing, I guess, is the fact that they go on these websites to find a particular like woman, like they find a specific type of woman, a woman who wants like money, and in exchange for like, you know, I guess being objectified to some capacity. That's how I would generally classify that arrangement. It depends, but that's how I would generally classify it. That's what they think all women are, and it's like, yeah, you're looking for women that you like talk down on. It's like so bizarre. Like, you're looking for women who aren't successful career-wise, who only want a guy for, like, their money, et cetera, et cetera. That's more of the expose, but...
Hung out with him a few times, but it was mostly like they were more friends than anything. So she got pretty close with him, and she ended up flying me out to Miami to visit her for about, like, a few days. Right. And that's when I had met Fresh myself. So I'm not going to lie, like, he is a very nice person.
Fresh seems very nice.
Listen, we have to do this really quick, okay? All right? We have to do which one is Fresh and Fit. I already know. I learned it. It takes a lot. All right, listen. This is Fresh, okay? This black guy is Fresh, the darker toned black guy, okay? And this is Fit Myron, lighter skin. Okay, this is I think he calls him like Fresh Prince of something, and this is Myron Gaines. So like he's fit, so fresh and fit. That's how you know that's it. I felt it was necessary because you can't tell them apart. You know, insert a racist joke. No, but honestly, I just didn't know which one was which. I mean, it's the information on them is very difficult to come by. I'll just say that.
I mean,
the short one is fresh.
And he just, he's just kind of there, right? I mean, he's not a very sharp guy, and God bless him for that, right?
Yeah, and I also
well, neither of them are sharp guys, but
we also found out that he actually owns the podcast. It's not Myron. Myron's Fit, by the way.
So apparently that's not true. Apparently they both do like 50% ownership. It's even in Myron's house or his apartment or something. That's apparently a part of it. I think the Fit or Fresh, the shorter guy, he just kind of like runs the logistics, I guess, for the most part, and then Myron's the one who talks a lot. That's just kind of how their dynamic works. So I guess the other guy does mostly networking, like behind the scenes stuff.
Okay, so we actually, maybe you can shed light on some questions we had, because we noticed that Fresh had a lot more followers, and he seems to be wealthy, and I was wondering how did he get, what's his background?
So basically, what had also, by the way, like I spoke to Sam before I came on, but the reason why I called in was because I saw your videos for a while, and you guys were asking questions that like I knew the answers to, and I was like, I have to call you guys in.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, he's the one.
So what it does seem like to me after like watching all the information is that she didn't know who they were, and then Ethan started talking about them and disagreeing with them, and she's a fan of Ethan, so then like she wanted her 15 minutes of fame to kind of jump on and dog on them, which is like whatever, but obviously she went too far. She went. It's so interesting because she uses Ethan's rhetoric. We'll get into it as time goes on.
That recruits, like him and his team recruit the girls, but it's mostly like Walter that goes to like these events at clubs. So he goes to the clubs and he's the one that goes out there to like, I guess, like advertise them and stuff. I don't know exactly I don't know, but he's the one that goes out. And Myron just like stays behind at home and doesn't really do anything. Okay. So like Walter, yeah.
That's so. And so Fresh is actually the brains behind the operation. He's the secret mastermind. He's the genius. He's running the operation.
Wow. Coconuts in Barbados.
I mean, coconuts in Barbados, man. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Yeah. He goes.
Fresh and Fit are those like POA / high value men type guys, right? Yeah, we've watched a few of their like podcasts. Apparently they're in Miami. Eurodiet mentioned going on the podcast with them. I don't know what that would look like, but if I ever had the chance to, I would do it. It'd be funny, but
certainly
goes out and the craziest.
I would as well. It would be kind of funny.
Part too is that he went out
to me. What's so interesting to me? Fresh and Fit remind me of just like guys in like I used to work with, like guys who like think that they know everything about women, but like they're abysmal at relationships, So it would be very funny.
Clubs and my friend.
This is going to be a wild story, guys. Okay. Jesus, this is going to be a wild one, guys.
Tagged along with him a few times because he invited her out with him, but he doesn't drink, neither does Myron, but they go out to these clubs to like, I guess, like speak to people, and like they don't drink like a sip of liquor, like they refuse to.
That's so fucked up. Well, you know why? They're trying to find drunk girls to take advantage of.
Yeah, of course.
So my understanding is Myron, he doesn't really like to drink, and he doesn't really go to clubs. So and the other guy does drink, and I guess I mean, listen, not for nothing, but if listen, people a lot of times go to clubs to get drunk and hook up, right? Obviously, if you get somebody that's like super drunk and like you could take advantage of them and stuff, but like people know what they're going to the club for. You know what I mean? Like you're getting drunk, you're having a good time, and you do some casual culture, some hookup culture. It's kind of the thing. Obviously, if you get too drunk, there's a very big question of consent. But like people do have intentions when they go out to these places. A lot of times, it's I don't think that these girls are getting taken advantage of by them. It's just a lot of charged language about.
Holy shit, that's so creepy.
Do you think Ethan's hyperbolic nature is because he gained fame on the internet? He sensationalized everything for comedy and entertainment. It's annoying. Do you think I'm gonna lose this round already? Wow, incredible. No, I'm not. I mean, maybe it's like it's difficult to figure out the specifics. I feel I think it's a tough call to know like exactly what's going on. I mean, I think that part of Ethan wants to do the right thing, and he's listening to people, or he's listening to the general narrative, and because he's trying. I guess you would say he's trying. Yeah, I need this, and like that's causing him to think he's doing the right thing. And a lot of times too is that the opposite end of the spectrum, we'll say here, like the people who don't care about like the Me Too culture or historically haven't, they're always going to disagree. And I think that Ethan's a big content creator, and when you get really big, and this is how I was on TikTok, and I only had like 2.5 million followers, but you kind of get to this point where it's hard to explain, but it can get difficult to determine what's reasonable criticisms of you versus what's like people just going after you just because you have like a large name. It gets a little bit difficult to figure that out specifically. And so I think that there's a lot of different factors. And part of that's being absorbed by like, you know, Twitter culture and TikTok culture and like online culture in like a very toxic way.
Yeah. But
Okay, this is, again, if you don't have any like hookup or whatever experience, then just don't talk about it, okay? Because like you've basically just said that like every single person that goes to a bar or to a club is creepy. Like, could we make like some critiques of dating culture? Like, yeah, sure, I think it's fair to say that. I think there are critiques that to be made.
Yeah, for sure.
But this idea like they're going out to like clubs and shit, like looking for drunk people to take advantage of them, like that's so creepy. Like, come on, like really, is that like? But whatever, I don't know.
Well, that's the interesting thing, though, because what you're saying there is that women are too stupid to manage themselves. Because women, like, listen, hot take, women enjoy casual sex. Too. It's not crazy. It's the truth. I know, crazy, right? And so when you say like, oh, there's guys going out there just to like predatoриze women, it's like, well, you're treating women like they're too dumb to make their own decisions. Like a big part of the conversation is, you know, allowing women to have that sexual freedom without being demeaned. And it feels like it's kind of demeaning. It just feels kind of demeaning when you have this standard where I guess like women are always going to be some kind of a victim in these club settings. I suppose he's talking about how they specifically, though, how they don't get drunk. So I guess that's the weird part. But again, you know, I don't think that just being drunk isn't an issue. You could still consent when you're drunk, as long as you're not like blackout drunk or like beyond this incredible point. You know, and most people that go to the clubs and bars don't get like completely shit-faced. So,
when I had flown out to Miami, my first day there, I slept the whole day. But my second day, me and her had gone out to like a little hotel pool party. And after that, he invited us back to his apartment to have like just to hang out with him and stuff. Because I had talked to him over the phone a few times, but when we went to his apartment, we spoke to him. I met his dog and stuff. He was very cool, down to earth. Cool. And then my friend had
who was his dog? Like, I don't know.
Asked like if we could be on the podcast, and he was like, "Okay, like you guys can come on." So we went on like 2 days later, and then that's when I had my whole experience, like before, during, and after on the podcast.
Also, wait, hold on. Is this girl anybody, or is?
I mean, Destiny, are you fucking kidding me? How uneducated can you be? She's Tim Pool. She's literally Tim Pool. Are you kidding that you don't know this? This is your job to know this stuff, bro. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
She's not famous or anything, right? Okay.
Did you not see her picture? She's Tim Pool. Okay.
This is. I actually just realized that I don't want to talk about this on stream now because I'm gonna kill myself having this conversation. Instagram, I think, like. Isn't she an Instagram? When you start like saying shit, like, okay.
I'm gonna show you.
How do I say this? Actually, I love rape. I'm a rape apologist. Okay, there. Boom. Let's get it out of the way. Okay, I actually am pro video games. Okay.
Destiny. It's first of all incredibly based. Ridiculous. This Tim Pool. How do you not know who this person is? It's incredible. Your research.
Now that we got that out of
Rule 63 Tim Pool. Is that the gender bender one? Rule 34 plus 63? Is that what it is? That's what we're talking about? Yeah? I probably got it. I know too much about this culture. This weird hentai culture.
the way. People will be critical.
Okay,
damn, where do I want to start? People will talk about power differentials in relationships all the time. I think that that's good. But people are generally only aware of like some types of power differential, right? Like, I think a power differential, like when you can offer something to somebody that they desperately want or need and might not be able to get from somewhere else, then you have like a power differential, right? This might be in the form of money, might be in the form of sex, might be in the form of employment, might be in the form of rent. Like, there's a lot of ways power differentials work, right? People will be very critical of guys wielding power differentials to get things from women, usually sex. But people are like never critical of women wielding sex to get things from guys. I don't know why that, I know why that is the case, but like that's very irritating that people aren't aware of that. If you're like a random chick and you're nobody, and you're like asking a dude in his apartment, like, hey, you wanna like let me on your podcast? Like, bro, come on. Why the fuck are you even asking it? Like, I don't know. But we're just at stage one. We're just at stage one, okay? We're in the first part of the video.
I would need like more of an explanation on that. I'm a little confused by specifically what he's trying to say. Like, is he talking about girls who, I just don't know exactly. Like, the only thing I could think of, and maybe I'm just whatever, but the only thing that I'm thinking of is like, okay, a girl who potentially tries to get like pregnant. You know what I mean? Other than that, I don't really know what he's specifically referring to, but
okay, this is just the opening, so let's go.
So what I'm hearing so far is Fresh is the brains. He's actually a sweet guy, which I believe. You know, I think the whole funny thing that you're touching on is how they complain about women being gold diggers, but they're finding women to date on on sugar daddy websites. It makes no sense.
Yeah. And like the more I get into this stuff, like I kind of had like my own debate with Myron off camera. Like it's just like they're very. I could say Fit is a very insecure man from my experience with him. But like it's like it's a very hypocritical podcast. I mean, it's already known, but like it's disgusting. I don't know. I just can't stand them.
All right, so tell me about the day, because I know you had some interesting run-ins with Myron, aka Fit. So tell me about the day of the podcast leading up to it. Let's start there.
So the day of the podcast, they have the podcast in like this apartment building. So when we got there, they basically told us the floor to go up to. So when we got up there, you walk in and right away, like they tell you to stay quiet, like stay silent, you can't speak. And they had like a segment going on. Yeah, it was live. So they were telling us to stay quiet. And then that's when they had us fill out like.
I like how at least Ethan asked that. Like as soon as we came in, they were like, stay quiet. It's like, well, were they filming? Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Like just as a fuck. Oh fuck. Okay. I'm being honest with you guys. I'm perma-banning incel shit on my subreddit. If I see you type incel shit, I'm banning you, okay? Just let you know. So what I say is, and when you're not there, okay? But like, what, are you a woman that's never been told to shut your fucking mouth? Like, why would you say something so fucking silly? Like, I went in and he immediately told me that I had to be quiet. It's like, well, were they fucking filming? Yeah, and like.
Okay, I guess so.
Sorry, just.
The
Oh my god, the energy is a little incelish, though. I will tell you that much. Interesting stuff. Okay. I mean, it makes sense for somebody in general to be quiet in that scenario, but Jesus Christ.
The consent form, like to be on camera, and they told us to take off our shoes. They said that there's no shoes and no vaping because they said that if you vape, they think the fire alarm's gonna go off. And then that's after that. Yeah. And after that.
Oh, it's at his house. I mean, like it's, but yeah. I mean, okay.
They finished the segment, and that's when Walter came over to me and my friend, and then all the girls started coming in, and they had like this. I believe he was the sound tech guy because he kept telling us to speak into the mic, but he told us the rules. So he came up to us and he told us, listen, like when you go on, you have to speak into the mic. You can't interrupt Myron. They said that you can disagree with him until the sun comes up as long as you wait for your turn and you let him speak. That's what they said. And they said that no shoes, of course, and you can't look at yourself in the monitor, like, or the chat. And then there was they also took our phones before we went live. Like they took all of our phones in a basket, so we couldn't use our phones.
This guy really thinks the dude thinks he's like Dave Chappelle or something.
It makes sense to get them. Okay, whatever. I don't know.
The way they have that locked down and stuff is pretty incredible for a small time podcast.
Wait, is it small time? Am I crazy? I thought they had over 1 million subs. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's way less. Okay, 700,000 subs. I think that they're like. I think it's decently popular enough that they.
I mean, listen, you dress for the job you want. Am I right? I mean, their content's abysmal, but like, what are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? It just makes sense for you to interact in a way. You know, that's what you usually do. Dress for the job you want. You know, but okay. Sorry, I'm looking up a guide real quick.
Can like have these requests made for people going on their show. Like, but okay.
Yeah, and so they finished the segment, and then that was the time that we all like mingled with the girls to get to know each other and stuff. And then there was this other guy that worked for him. I just know that he's the one that does the streaming before the live to show people like what's going on behind the scenes and stuff. And he's mostly like the advertiser, like on social media. He just controls. I believe that's what he does. But he came up to me and my friend, and he offered us alcohol. He said like, "Do you guys want to drink?" And I was like, "No, thank you," because like I've drank in high school and stuff like that. But I knew I was going on a podcast, so I knew I wanted to be coherent when I was like on live.
So this is before you go on. You're 19 years old, and they're offering you alcohol. That's classy.
Yeah, and then so they offered me a White Claw, so I was like, no, thank you. And they were like, come on. So like, I just took the White Claw and I opened it and pretended like, like, oh yeah, I have a White Claw.
Pressured you, in fact.
Okay, hold on. I just want to remember this part of the story, okay? Remember this part of the story. Okay. Oh, if you're a European listening, which you should.
I mean, like, it doesn't really matter. Well, excuse me, it doesn't matter like if she wanted it or not. It's completely irrelevant. I mean, she's an adult. We get that. This is not the path that I want to go. She is an adult, so like I understand that. But at the same time, like she's not of drinking age, so she shouldn't be offered like alcohol. That's not really like a hot take.
Shouldn't, because you should be asleep. But in America, technically you shouldn't offer alcohol. Not technically, legally you shouldn't offer alcohol to minors because it's illegal. Minor being person under the age of 21. But
yeah,
an alcoholic beverage. We love that.
Yeah, and then after that, the one guy, he came out with like a tequila bottle. I don't know where he got this bottle from, but he was like, "Oh, who wants to take a shot with me?" And the two other girls were like, "No, thank you." And then he looked over at me and my friend, and he was like, "Come on, guys, come on, take a shot with me. Don't make me do this by myself." And so my friend was like, "You know what? Whatever, I'll just do it." So he could stop asking, basically.
Oh my god! Like, I hate my life. Just fucking stop going outside, okay? Girls like you used to play Gaia online or Neopets, all right? Like. Also, you know what? I don't believe it. I'm going to doubt women here too, okay? I'm going to do the ultimate ins on this. I don't believe it. Like, this is some shit that you tell mom and dad when the cops bust you to party. Well, the guy was asking, like, do shots, and, I just didn't want him to ask anymore, so I went and I did all this shit. Like, come the fuck on. Like, grow the fuck up. What are you, like 19, 20? You're old enough that you could say, like, I don't want to drink. It's okay. Like, come on, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, I get what he's saying, because you're in a situation where, like, they're not going to hurt you on their law. I mean, I just doubt it. It's very doubtful. So they might be... the peer pressure is still shitty. It doesn't really matter. They shouldn't be offering it, but I guess I get what you're saying.
Serious.
And she took the shot with him, and then from there on, like they just did all the advertising and like taking pictures of us for the thumbnail. And Myron came out, and actually like he's pretty tall. I told Sam this like when I was like telling her the notes and stuff. He's a very tall person in person, but he came out, and I was like not expecting him to look the way he did. And Walter came up to me and he said to me, do you want to go on a double date with me and Myron? And I said, with who? And he said, your friend. So they wanted to go on a double date with my friend, me, and Fresh and Fit. And they said that they wanted to vlog it. And then I obviously denied. Yeah,
Breaking Vision vibes. Remember you used to do that? So again, you're 19, he's 35, and he's trying to take you out on a date?
So yeah, Walter
well, he was 31, but like also, yeah, okay.
was the one that approached me on it. Mind you, I didn't say a word to Myron, so I never like knew who, like I didn't know him in person. I knew him from like social media, but like he never spoke to me the whole time until we got on the podcast. So Walter came up to me like with this proposition of we're gonna go on a vlog and ooh, like it's gonna be a big deal. And I simply was like, no, like I'll pass on it, simply because I don't want to be associated with them, like at all. Like,
smart.
Then why the fuck are you going to their fucking studio to do a podcast? Wait, what do you mean I don't want to be associated with them at all? What are you talking about?
so I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. And then after that, Myron came over and he said, can you guys believe Ethan Klein just did a video about us? Da, 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 da. And then that's when I was smiling because I was like, I'm a fan. So I was just saying,
you're like, I'm gonna end up on his show talking about this.
Yeah.
Wait, was he excited or was he like pissed about it?
No. Well, he was like laughing, but the thing with him is like, I don't have my PhD or anything, but I think he's very easy to read, that he laughs over his insecurities. Like it's so obvious how like, oh yeah, I'm not mad about this, but he clearly is.
Right,
and,
I see.
he like tries to make it. He does it several times when women debate.
That's possible. It's also possible that like a lot of people think Ethan's kind of a joke, and so like at this point, even if you're in the wrong when Ethan calls you out, it doesn't necessarily look the worst for you. I'm not trying to be fucking mean or anything, but it's kind of the truth.
He just laughs over it, but he makes himself look 10 times more stupid. But he did it like that. He was like, "Oh my, can you believe Ethan? What a guy. He's talking about me. Blah 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 blah." And I was smiling like on the couch, and I was next to Walter, and I look over at Walter, and I said, "So you guys gonna go on the podcast?" And he was like, "We're gonna think about it." And then that's when I said to Walter.
And I just want to be. We got to be clear. Like they showed, Fresh and Fit showed all the text messages between them and Ethan, and this is how the conversation goes. It starts where like they wanted to do, Ethan wanted to do it like on Zoom. It was COVID. They wanted to do in person, but they were being really sketchy about their COVID cards. And then eventually it got worked down to like Fresh and Fit accepting like doing it on Zoom, just Fresh and Fit versus Hassan and Ethan, and then Ethan just kind of stopped responding to them, or Ethan's team. So like it's kind of on them. Ethan is kind of the coward in this situation based on what he's saying. I'm just saying.
And I said to Walter, well, I actually watched the H3 podcast, so and he was like, yeah, that guy, yeah, I don't know. They were just very like they just switched the subject right away. So
by the way, I just want to note how creepy it is that they're trying to get you group of girls alcoholed up when the two of them don't drink. I mean, that is so messed up. Not just
wait, did she say she drank in high school? What do you mean the two of them don't drink? Did I mishear that part?
He's talking about Fresh and Fit don't drink. That's what he's referring to.
And then also like, bro, hold on. You are entering this situation as adults, okay? And also like alcoholed up, like the other two dudes. He meant Fresh. They meant.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. They were saying that when Fresh and Fit don't drink. Gotcha. Offering people like a drink before. This is something that, okay, this is a reality that I hate. But unfortunately, it is true. I wish it wasn't the case, but I have seen this so many times, okay? And this is something that you can only know. I'm not trying to jerk myself up, but you can only know this with experience with people in social situations with women, okay? Everybody drinks to like loosen themselves up. Or maybe not everybody, but almost everybody. It is incredibly common. Even if there's like a girl that I'm hooking up with for like the third or fourth time, sometimes she's like, let me go get some wine. It's like, why, bitch? Like, I'm not here to fucking kill you. Like, I would kill you the first or second time. Like, it is incredibly common that, or like people go like, oh, let me get something to drink. Or like, oh, I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna get wine, whatever. I'm gonna get a mixed drink, whatever. Like, it's insanely common. The idea that people would go on a show where they're like nervous or jittery and they're like, hey, do you want like a White Claw or something first? Do you want like a drink, whatever? Like, yeah, have a drink. Like, it'll be fine. Like, I can totally believe that. Yeah, or if you want to go the basic bitch, a White Claw. Sure. That is like, I wouldn't even think twice.
I mean, it's kind of irrelevant because you shouldn't be drinking. I feel like we're just kind of going off on this tangent. You know, it doesn't really matter, but okay.
Somebody told me that. Like, if somebody's like, yeah, I'm doing their podcast now, I'm like a White Claw. Like, yeah, sure. Like, that's it. Not like, wait, they tried to get you to drink when they're not even drinking. Like, what do you mean? No, like, yeah, of course. It's like, it's super duper common.
It's from like, first of all, they try to make you guys look dumb on the show and then look smart.
Exactly.
No, that's dude. Oh God, you're so, no, that's not the point. That's not the goal, but okay.
And then,
well, yeah, they do try to make women look dumb on the show. I'm not sure what the fuck Destiny's talking about at this point, but okay.
he's also trying to take you out on a date. I mean, the whole thing is just weird and inappropriate.
And vlog it, I guess. I don't even know why.
And what?
And vlog it, I guess.
Oh yeah, and vlog it because they got to prove that we're fucking. Yo, we got chicks, bro.
Make sure you guys.
I mean, yeah, but again, I don't know. The way she's saying it is like bizarre because she was totally into it. But all right.
describe.
Yeah.
But so after that, like
I wouldn't think it was written in a mutual experience, but non-drinkers providing alcohol is some fucking weird subtext. It could be, but you need more information about it, right? I'm a kid. I hate alcohol. I hate the taste of alcohol. I hate fucking mixed drinks. I hate whatever womanly drink you think I'm not gonna hate, and I hate wine. Okay, I hate all of it. All right, but so there are times when I'll go out with somebody and they'll drink and I won't drink anything, and I might even take them out to go get a drink, and I'm not planning to drink it because I just don't like drinking. But I don't need it to like loosen up. Well, it depends on how you want me, I guess. But generally, like, yeah, we'll go with it. So like it might be creepy. It might not be. Just it super depends on the context. Depends on what you're talking about, you know.
Okay, I guess he's just like doing a fundamental where he's removing the context that they're underage, which I get that, or under the drinking age. So, like, obviously, it's important to acknowledge that in that context. I don't have enough. I do have enough.
And it was the producers anyway, but yeah, maybe, yeah.
they started talking about you and the H3 podcast. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it today. So they added it to their segment at the end of the show. And that's when I went on the show. They started, and like the whole time I felt like I was sweating because like the monitor is huge, like right next to you. So like I'm trying not to look into this camera. And they start the show. It was very painful to to sit through the whole thing because like I knew the whole reason why I wanted to be on the show was because I didn't know who they were until the day before when I did my research, and I was like, I would love to go on this podcast and like make them look stupid in some type of way. And so I went on the podcast, and then they did like these questions like, oh, is it okay for a guy to have a side girl? And I was like, no. And then they said the same thing for a girl. Like, can a girl have a side guy? And I said, no. Like, I think it's equal when you're in a relationship. Like, there's respect.
Fascinating conversation, by the way.
Yeah,
it's the Fresh and Fit podcast. What do you think the topic is going to be, right? Like today on the Fresh and Fit podcast, we're going to discuss, do you need to be an authentic German speaker to have a good understanding of ethics? Because how can you really understand people like Hegel or Kant if you can't read the German? Like what the fuck do you think they're going to be fucking talking about? It's fucking Fresh and Fit. It's probably going to be questions like, does size matter? Like how drunk is too drunk? And like, does a guy need to be 6 feet tall and rich to fuck? Like it's like, there's going to be no, I shouldn't say that because I haven't actually listened to it. But like from the little bit of like podcast topics I've seen, it looks like it's all about like sex and dating and like alpha male high value shit. That's what it seems like, right?
Yeah,
but
it's all bullshit. Yeah.
Is it okay to cheat on your partner? Go ahead, yes or no?
No, it was a great discussion, like the title. But
yeah, right.
So it was, they said something at the beginning where like they call it a plant, where they know that I think they picked up on it. Now some girls go on the show to like pretend that they're interested to like debate them. So over some time, I think Myron picked me out of the crowd, and he was like, oh, he made a joke about The Sims. He said that, oh, I think you play The Sims because you want to make it like an all girl world, like basically calling me a feminist. And
the worst insult, of course, to levy against a woman.
True.
Yeah. And I just laughed, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then when I had said the whole thing about a girl having a side guy and a guy having a side girl, I said, I think that both a man and a woman should be equal in a relationship where you guys need to respect each other. And he basically said, so you think men and women are the same? And I said, no, I don't think men and women are the same.
Dude, the dude is like, he has one trick. Mm-hmm. He literally just tries to drive every conversation to how men and women are fundamentally different. And anyone that tells you that's crazy, like I see where he's trying to lead the conversation in a way where he's comfortable talking about it.
And he was like, I'm going to take a note of that. We're going to come back to this discussion. And I was like, I don't think men and women are the same, but when it comes to a relationship, it's like you're basically one person at the end of the day. So they're the same. And he was like, I disagree. And the whole like,
I mean, like fundamentally, you should just like if you're going into a relationship and you're like the agreement is that you're going to be like just exclusive, then like you shouldn't violate that agreement. It's not a hot take, you know.
Like the rest of the podcast, like he would find any time that he could to like sound bite me or like play the soundboard or like do something. And then after that, like I was like over it by the end of the show. But at the end of the podcast, they were reading the super chat, and of course all of his fans were coming at me the whole time, and they were saying like, oh, she doesn't like biological reality, meaning like, you know, like I don't like the fact that men can cheat and women can't.
Yeah, that's a biological reality. Apparently in the Fresh and Fit universe, it's just understood by the men, of course. The women, they still haven't got that memo. We're working on that, boys. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I basically just like, that's my time. Like I took it as my time to shine because it was like final thoughts, and they were like, oh, but do you have a rebuttal against that? And I basically said, it's not that I don't like this biological reality. It's the fact that I don't like that your podcast sits here and likes to normalize this thing. And he was like, oh, you think we normalize these things? And I said, yeah, I think you like to sit here and say that men can cheat and women need to get over it. And he went quiet and he said, well, I think women can cheat. And I said, at the end of the day, no one should be sitting here talking about cheating and how it's okay and how I have to deal with it if a man has a Rolls Royce or this and that. Because at the end of the day, no one gives a crap about that. Like I don't care what you have. All I care about is respect. And then they and I also had said to him too, like, why do you want to feed into this stereotype that women want money, but you sit here like and feed into it? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But
well, the double standard to me that's always funny is like, they want a young, beautiful, perfect-bodied woman, right? That's all they care about. They want a dumb and young. And so, if a woman wants you for your money, what's the fucking difference between the two?
Wait, hold on. I've never watched Fresh and Fit in my life. Well, I've seen like clips of them, but like, if I had to guess, I would actually bet money on this without ever having watched them. I'm guessing they'd probably say, like, yeah, of course women want us for our money. Wouldn't they just say that?
Probably, yeah.
Like, my guess would literally be like, Fresh and Fit would literally be like, yeah, of course, women are after dudes for their money. You know, that's why we try to like, you know, look stacked or whatever. Like, they'd probably say exactly, like, they would say, like, yeah, Ethan, we agree with that 100%. Like, we want chicks that look good and are young, and they want us for like our success and our wealth. Like, I don't know. I feel like they've said a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's. But he said something along that line during the podcast.
Yeah, that's why they go on the sugar baby websites. Is like they go on there, and I just that's the type of woman they want, and they're so smart. They don't understand how to disconnect what they want in a woman from like what women generally are. Like everybody has a type, but like they just pretend their type is like all women, Because they go after dumb women. I'm not trying to be fucking rude, but like, why do you think? Like, bro, if you're on a sugar baby website, like, what are you there for? You're there for money. Get your bag, girl. All right, no criticism here, but I'm just saying, like, you know, obviously they just have sex to really offer in that situation, you know.
Those are my standards. And like he basically says the same thing that he did for the Australian people, where he said open on my end, closed on yours. Like that's his whole mindset, and it's just embarrassing. But it was just funny to see like my experience with him afterwards, which was after the show ended, they gave us a ride home. So we had gotten into the car, and they closed off the podcast talking about you. They said, oh well, this guy just challenged us, and also by the way, they subscribe to you. They're subscribed to the H3 podcast.
Of course they are. And by the way, that invite is still open, which they're too cowardly to accept. It's pathetic at this point.
Well, after they said like, oh yeah, we're gonna take on the challenge, when they said it on live, we had gotten into the car afterwards, and it was me, my friend, Fresh and Fit, and then another girl from the show. And as we were driving back to my friend's apartment, they started talking. I basically brought it up, and I was like, so you guys are gonna debate Ethan? And they said, nah, we're not gonna do it. Like he's just gonna make fun of us the whole time. And I was like, I don't think he would do that. But
me,
like,
I would never do that.
Yeah.
No, but I actually I am genuinely interested in having discussing these issues with them.
Destiny's a smart guy, but I got turned off because he's a contrarian. His opinions often pretty heavily influenced by spite. You think so? Like, I watched some Destiny. I don't know if I've ever noticed that, although I don't watch that much of Destiny. So, but okay.
It's like I don't think you can really get anywhere with them.
I think he's on his incel arc right now, guys. I think that's what he's on, his incel arc. Okay, he's upset because he got nay-nayed by the man, by trans people, not the man. Sorry, sorry. Was that trans? Sorry.
There you go. You see, their whole plan from the beginning was to dodge us.
But I think this girl is trying to save it. No, I think what happened is that the whole story. I think probably the realest part of her story was that she had gone out and I think the realest part of her story is that she went out with this she went there and like engaged with Myron like consensually, but then he made like a really shitty comment, like remark about her body that was like really inappropriate, and then she got really upset by that. I think that's what happened. Now that doesn't mean that it's okay for her way that she said the story. I don't think that she, you know, I think that she pushed it out in like a really shitty way, you know. But yeah, Ethan's the one that's assigning it to be like some kind of sexual assault, but.
Yeah, they were basically saying all of that. And then we got back to the apartment, and I left my wallet in, I guess it was a gift from God, but I left my wallet in Myron's car because he was the one driving. And my friend's keys were in my wallet, so we had to get the wallet back because we couldn't get back into the apartment. Mind you, it's like 5 a.m. in Miami. And we start calling Walter. He's not answering. It's like a whole game of cat and mouse. And Myron gets the wallet, and Walter was like, oh, he wants your friend's number if he's going to bring back the wallet, meaning me. So I was like, sure, like I need my wallet. Like I'm not going to text this guy anyways. So he gets my number.
Which, by the way, is just not true. Like she was the first one to text him. That remark is just not true. He didn't like hold her wallet ransom. You could look at the text messages. She was interested in talking to the guy.
And so Walter with a whole game of cat and mouse, and Myron gets the wallet, and Walter was like, oh, he wants your friend's number if he's going to bring back the wallet, meaning me. So I was like, sure, like I need my wallet. Like I'm not going to text this guy anyways. So he gets my number, and
this like, bro, this shit is so dishonest. Okay, like. Oh, also, I'm being told I have a fanatic H3H3 viewer, and even she thinks that Ethan fucked up here. Apparently, Fresh and Fit have disproved a lot of these texts on stream, and apparently this is one of them that was disproved by them leaking logs. But like, just think about like this. Think about this thing, like, you know, I'm not gonna talk to him, but like, I guess I'll give him my number. Like, you know, I'm not gonna tell anybody. Like, really? Come on.
Well, based on her scenario, what she's saying is that like he wouldn't give the wallet back without getting the number. So like, it does make sense. This is like this really weird thing where people are saying that she just doesn't make sense. That she doesn't make sense. Her story generally makes decent sense. It's just a lie. Like that's the thing. It happens to be a lie, but it's so weird. People are like, oh, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Well, it does. It makes a little bit of sense. It does make some sense. Okay, like it does. All right. And like people are just kind of going like fucking ballistic. Like it doesn't make any sense. It does. It makes that makes sense if I heard logic. It's not true. That's a different thing though. What it not being true is different from it not making any sense. You know what I mean? So it's something to like keep in mind, you know? But, you know.
Really?
And he brings back the wallet, and I had basically texted him saying like, don't steal my wallet, like before he put it back. And then he started talking about how I look like Tim Pool. And I was like, what?
Sorry? Is that his way of coming on to you?
I guess. I thought, I don't know. It was just, he sent me
I tell that to Eagles sometimes when I want to be really nice when she looks really good. Babe, you look like Tim Pool.
He's got such.
Can I see a picture of you? Or do you not want me to draw attention to it?
Actually, I mean, if I could turn on the camera, I just don't want to show my face on the stream.
Well, I want to rate you on a scale of Tim Pool.
I think I'm pretty Tim Pool.
To regular.
You know what the problem is though? It's definitely
I think I sent a few pictures to Sam.
All right, let's pull it up. So continue on with this.
Do they?
Recording you while I pull up this, yeah.
So yeah, so he said I looked like Tim Pool, and then I guess that was his way of flirting. I don't know. And then he tried to maintain a conversation with me like through text, and I was like not answering him because I had gotten my wallet back, and I only had about like 3 more days I had left in my trip, and me and my friend were saying like, you know, it would be fun to sit here and like make him look dumb. Like he sits here and he thinks that he can get all these women, but then a 19-year-old like doesn't like, you know, like rejects him. So
This is the biggest fucking cope shit I've ever heard in literally my entire life. Like, what if we? Okay, but what if
I guess the reason Destiny feels like comfortable, I guess, talking like that is because he knows it's fake based on them like coming out and exposing him. But I just feel like the story does make sense. It's just a lie. You know what I mean? But yeah, it does seem like quite a cope. It is quite a cope there. I mean, that is true. If you look through everything, but.
responded to his text? What if I actually did respond to his text just to like make him look dumb or whatever, you know? Like, wouldn't that be like, bro, really?
So basically he kept like texting me every day. Like when I wouldn't respond, he would just say hello, like called me. I never answered. And then eventually I was like,
desperate.
And then I was like, you know, if I'm gonna hang out with him, like I'm okay to hang out with him to like, because you know, like you can't interrupt him on the podcast, but I can interrupt you at dinner. So
Like, just listen to like how many levels of like cope we're on right now.
Well, there's no real need to interrupt the guy. I mean, you could just get a word in edgewise. You don't have to interrupt somebody when you're talking to them. But okay.
I didn't even like being on their podcast. I felt disgusted being in the studio. And then it's like, I'll give him his number, but I'm not even gonna talk to him, okay? Like, fuck it, who cares? Okay, so I talked to him on the phone, but like, you know, I text a little bit. Okay, and like maybe I'll go out to dinner with him, but just so that I can like argue with him, you know, show my like, bro, are you serious? Like, come the fuck on. Like, you are clout and dick chasing so hard right now. It's okay, but like, damn, get the fuck over yourself. Come the fuck on.
I basically said, you know what, yeah, if we're gonna hang out, I want to eat dinner or go to lunch. Simple. And he said, well, you can come to my place and see if you can handle me.
Nice.
And I was like, no, he said if you can handle this. And I said,
Wait, hold on, I have a picture of you. Hold on.
Which does it does show. I mean, the intent. I guess his intent was made clear in that situation. You know.
I don't know. I hate to break it to you, but
yeah, I'm pretty simple.
that is a spitting image of. I don't know if you can see it. It's literally a picture of Tim Pool. I'm not making fun of the way you look.
No, I'm trying to. I was supposed to stay anonymous. Why'd you guys show a picture of me?
Yeah, sorry. Well, if you want to be anonymous, we don't have to pull it up. No big deal.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's just because like I'd rather not like get wrapped into their because you know if you take one of their brooms and beat them up with it, you know, it's a big deal. But I don't know if you remember him saying that. If you go to his broom shop.
What?
Oh yeah, something about beating up each other with a broom or some shit.
Right. Yeah. That was...
I think he.
Yeah, wait. How, if she was arguing with him on a podcast and now she's calling into the H3H show, how is she being anonymous? What is happening? Am I having a fucking? What is going on here?
Well, yeah, she basically, to a degree, is kind of like exposing herself because like people are gonna find out who it is. You know what I mean? Like that's just going to happen at a certain point. This thing really needs to die.
The broom is interesting. I think he's tapping in some trauma. Did you find a picture, Sam?
But yeah, so basically he throughout the.
By the way, sorry, I gotta cut you off.
Yes, okay.
This person just said she's definitely trolling y'all. I should have said this at the top. We've confirmed that she's been on the show.
We've confirmed
she was there. This is all.
Again, this is one of those things where like it really would have been good for him and his credibility, which she clearly doesn't care about, if he had like vetted this person and like brought them on. You know, if he had vetted them by just simply watching or paying somebody else to watch the podcast. Okay, like with because then you could have been like, okay, this is wrong. Now, do you have to do that? Of course not. But I mean, like, I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't want to look like a silly goose. You know. And that's how I kind of feel like they looked here. Am I supposed to just, like, tap all these? I don't even know. I wouldn't want to look like a little bit of a suspicious character from the popular hit video game Among Us.
This is a real person who's been on the show. We confirmed it. So I should have said that at the top. But, all right, let me see. I got a picture. Oh, my God, dude. What the hell? Should I show it or no? Oh, don't show it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to show it.
No.
Oh, don't show it.
You could describe it. I mean.
All right, she's wearing a beanie. She appears to be bald.
Yeah, it's me.
No, she's a young, beautiful girl that looks nothing like Tim Pool.
I don't see any resemblance whatsoever. So.
But that's
really
an interesting pickup line.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure it's a conversation starter. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's how he started it all. But from there, he basically kept texting me like every day, like hey, like and like he would ask to hang out, but I would make up an excuse, like, oh no, sorry, I have to do something today. Sorry, I'm hanging out with my friend.
That's awesome.
And I basically I would hint at it like several times, not hint at it, but I would say like, if we're gonna go out, can Izzy and Walter, can my friend and Walter come? And he was like, oh well, you can't leave your friend alone. And I was like, not really, because I never wanted to be alone with him at all. I did not want to be alone with him. And so.
You do.
the days go by and it's my last day in Miami, and I thought it was going to be my last day, but I had got stuck there because of a snowstorm back at home. So I thought it was my last day, and me and my friend had gone out to the club that was around her area. And when we went in there, we were doing our own thing, and Walter had showed up.
Do you think that, now this is something I don't know as much about, because I'll admit I don't go to clubs, so I'm not going to pretend to have experience here. Just guessing though, is it common that people will go to clubs and never drink? Is that a thing? Because I feel like,
I mean, probably not. I don't think that that's super common. Most of the time people will go, well, I mean, I guess it depends. I feel, because I don't really go to clubs either, but I imagine like if you're like, a lot of times people go there to flex, they don't necessarily have the money. So sometimes they might go there and they may not drink because they don't want to spend the money, but they know they have to spend the money on the girl. Because that's kind of how the dynamic works. You know, like a girl's like, oh, can you get me a drink? And if they can get them a drink, if you could flex your penis, they're like, I like this guy. He's flexing his hard schmeckle. I like that he's doing that. So, you know, so they might sue for that. I think in Myron's case, how much you get for that? Okay, I think I got more for that one. All right. In Myron's case, he gets bottle service apparently, or he goes at other people's tables. So he gets like the bottle service. So I don't think that he drinks anything because he doesn't want to be disrespectful. Possibly, there's obviously like a lot of weird shit going on here, but yeah.
why the fuck are you asking a guy? Because I feel like drinking and clubbing are pretty much go hand in hand with each other. Like, are you gonna go out to like, are you gonna go to the club and dance and shit and not have anything to drink? Maybe people do. I know a ton of people get like fake IDs and shit, but like, so I'm curious. Right now, I'm curious if she's drinking at all right now. But maybe that'll get figured out later on.
Well, yeah, she drank a lot while
and
she
he came
was
up to
there.
us, like we went to his table, he was talking to us, and
She drank enough for him to. She drank enough for him to say that her breath was a little stinky. So.
Straight up to me, and he says, Myron wants you. And I said, a child? Like, because I know I'm not a minor.
I mean, you're 19, and
I'm freshly out of being a minor.
yeah, I mean, you practically just finished high school at that point, right?
Yeah, I probably just finished my first year of college, but
And so, was it weird for you for this 35-year-old man to be so persistently pursuing you?
yeah, it was very. What I describe it as, like,
Probably not, bro. Like after watching it, like it's, come on, like dude, that's kind of what the bar club scene is about. Like, you know, it's just about dating a dude. A lot of girls like older guys too, and he's not that much older. I mean, he's a little older, and he's also not 35 or whatever they're saying. He's 31 at the time, at least. But like, it's kind of normal, bro. It's just so stupid. Like, this whole fucking thing is so dumb. Like, the way that they're like presenting it, and it's like, oh, everything's creepy. Like, it's kind of normal. I think it's weird. I think it's immature. Immature isn't like illegal. I know that's a really hot take. People tend to get really upset when I say that being immature isn't like an illegal thing to do. But like, come on, it's crazy.
and when I like on the podcast,
He's trying like so hard to make them sound like creepy predators. Like, bro, she's 19. Like, it's fair game. Like, of course he's gonna try to fuck. Like, what? Like, they already had her on a podcast. Everything. You think she's cool enough for that? Like, yeah, of course he's gonna try to fuck. What do you mean? Like, if you think the age of consent should be higher, then I mean, like, say it should be higher. But like, what is like? She's 19, bro. She's like in college. Like, she's done with her first year of high school. Like, come on. Like, what?
I was sick to my stomach just being on the podcast itself, but like just being in his presence, like later in the night, I felt very sick because it was just weird. Like, just like,
So I find it odd.
Remember this? I felt sick being in his presence.
His buddy.
This is crazy, bro.
These guys they're like kindergartens. Like, he's sending his buddy to be like, hey, you want to go on a double date? Or, yo, my buddy really likes you. It's like, dude, this guy talks about alpha maleness. He like.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's normal. Okay, so like one of them, Fresh, is dating the other girl. Like, they met on the Sugar Bay website. So it's like, oh, like, do you want to like talk? You're talking through them. It's kind of like a normal dating process. It's not that weird. I don't really understand. It's so fucking bizarre. It's just stupid. Yeah, when it's a 19-year-old girl, she's like a victim, but when it's a 19-year-old guy, he's like a predator. So like if it's a 31-year-old and a 19-year-old, like she's just a kid out of high school. But if it's a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old, guess what? He's grooming the fuck out of her. And everything's a power dynamic. And he's incredibly mature. He's a grown man. That's a young, you know what I mean? Like it just depends on what, like with the way that the way the fart fucking blows today. That's pretty much it, man. It's fucking crazy.
He's sending love notes through his buddy, which is cute, you know, if it's age appropriate.
Well,
I think they said that there's a rule that for a guy to date someone, it's half your age plus 7 or something, like 12, and I am pretty sure I'm way below that, even if that was a rule.
What's the rule?
Let's see. So he's 31. So half your age is like 15 and a half. We'll say, so plus 7 is 22. So like 22 and a half. So, okay. I guess so. That's the law. So it's illegal.
How old is the Fresh or Fit guy? Also, that's for dating, not for hooking up, right? Technically, these are two very different things.
Well, it's also just...
Half your age plus 7 is the one that I've heard many times, and I don't think 19 would be acceptable under that rule to a 30.
Wait, that's interesting. So wait, I'm 36. So I go times 2 plus 7?
No, divided by 2 plus 7.
It would be 25.
25? That seems young for me. 25?
I mean, this is not an actual rule.
This isn't like a
something
law
that
or
people
anything.
say. Yeah. It's kind of just like a guideline. But yeah, I mean, if he's 35.
Wait, if you're 60, wait, I'm
he would
interested
not
by this rule.
qualify.
So it's minus 2.
No, divided by 2.
Yeah, plus 7. 37 if you're 60. See, that seems fine to me. I mean, obviously, big gap. Okay.
But yeah, if it was an actual rule, yeah, he would have failed that one.
Yeah.
But it's pretty rough. But he,
Really?
yeah, I guess I said to Walter, like, a child, like, I'm young. And I said, what is it so attractive about me that he wants me this bad? That it's been like 3 days that he can't get out of my cell phone. And also he talks about being this famous #1 men's podcast, but you're stuck on a 19-year-old.
#1 men's podcast. What does that even mean?
Like,
#1 human trafficking podcast in the world.
Based, Ethan.
So it's not, the competition isn't tight.
Yeah, no, it's. But when I had asked him, like, what is it about me that he's so attracted to? He said, "You're his type." Again, I said a child, and he said no. He said, "No, you're just his type." And I said, "Can you elaborate?" But he wouldn't elaborate. So I said to him, I said, "I disagree on everything that he says. I'm pretty sure I look pretty young, and I don't know what it is like about whatever." So we get to the point of
It's like, yeah, you look so young, you're so vulnerable, but you wanted to go like intellectually dunk on this guy. I mean, if your whole argument is that he's really stupid and you were able to like destroy him intellectually, then like your argument is that you brain power wise, you're smarter than him. So like, does it make it like all like, you know what I'm saying? Like how predatory is it? I'm just saying that's your fucking dumb logic, but
Walter just keeps saying that Myron wants me, and I was like, okay, then I'll get back to him later in the night. And I was trying to avoid him as much as possible. And then the night goes on, and I have like a drink or two with my friend, and I'm like ready to eat food with everybody. So we tell Walter, can we go get food? And he's like, yeah, sure, like let's get in the car. So we get in the car, my friend is in the front seat, I'm in the back.
I like how she adds so much random, pointless, irrelevant detail bullshit sometimes, okay? But wait, hold on. Am I mixing names up? Why did she get... Walter, is that one of the guys? Or is that... Wait, that might be her friend. Hold on, let me check. I gotta keep all the names straight.
Later in the night. I was
that's fresh, I think. 34. Blah.
trying to avoid him as much as possible. And then the night goes on, and I have like a drink or two with my friend, and
also, she is drinking, by the way, a drink or two. But go ahead.
like ready to eat food with everybody. So we tell Walter, can we go get food? And he's like, yeah, sure, like let's get in the car. So we get in the car, my friend is in the front seat, I'm in the back seat, Walter's in the front. And they're driving, and Myron just kept saying like...
Okay,
oh,
Walter and Myron are the Fresh and Fit guys, right? Is that correct? Walter and Myron are the Fresh and Fit guys, right?
Yeah. See, guys, don't give me so much shit for not knowing exactly.
How did we go from...
See, everybody's like, oh, you don't even know what their names. Like, bro, I don't know. Like, fuck, you don't have to know the absolute specifics of which one is which to know the generalities of the story. But fucking Christ, guys, give me a break, all right? Stop yelling at me all the time.
So, okay, like, God, dude, if this was my friend, I would dump him immediately. Like, bro, if you want to tell me what happened, tell me what happened. Don't feed me this fucking bullshit. How many times did she say, like, these people are disgusting? She's trying to avoid them so much. She doesn't want to be anywhere near them. She hates them. And now she's like, so we're hungry. And I go and I find the two guys, like, hey, you guys want to get food? Like, after the club? Like,
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, true.
what the fuck happened? Like, what do you... Why?
well, do you want to go get something to eat? I'm like, yeah, sure, like let's go with my friend and Walter. And he was like, yeah, sure. I also tried getting Myron out to the club. So again, like I didn't want to be alone with him. And he refused to go to the club because he said club's for losers, but it's great for girls. I don't know what he meant by that. But hey, you
got to spend a lot of money, bro. You gotta drop that dime. You know, you don't want to be doing that. You gotta. That's why, dude. I take girls out, or I used to. Sorry, because I'm an old man now. I used to take girls out to Applebee's after 10. Couple twofers, half apps. Anybody? Twofers and half apps. Anybody? You know what I'm saying? That's the way that you got to do it. I mean, like it's cheap and it works. So, there's my advice to you guys. They don't really put a lot of alcohol in their drinks, though. It's kind of like a little shitty, but you know, it's I'm just saying. You guys could do a little better Applebee's. Okay. It's a little crazy. Smart thinking.
Walter, my friend was like, "Oh yeah, that's great. Like, let's get food with each other." And Walter looked over and like signaled her, like, "No, like we're not doing that." So eventually, like we pull up in front of the podcast apartment, and Myron's coming out of the building, and I get out of the car, and Walter leaves with my friend and took her to like another club.
Oh no!
So I'm with Myron by myself. So
oh no! He left with her. There's the girl he was on a date with. Holy shit! That's crazy. Oh fuck! You know what I mean? Like what a fucking hot take, right?
we get into his car, and he drives us to like this this spot. I don't know why it was open at 5 a.m., but he
listen to everything that's going. And again, okay, or don't listen because maybe you don't know because maybe a lot of you guys are socially awkward. Okay, I'll give you a guide here. Okay, it's fucking 5 a.m. after they've been at a fucking club where they are drinking. They both hop into a car with these guys that he already asked on a double date on. Why? And then at this point,
and the one guy wasn't there. Like Fit wasn't there. He was at his thing, and the girl asked him like in the post, like later on, like, hey, you want to? He kept asking him if he was going to come out to the club and hang out with her, and he kept saying like, nah, I don't like the club, whatever. And I think that she says that. But like the only reason that's like it's like super relevant because like you're effectively expressing to this guy that you want to hang out. So it's like weird that you're pretending that you never wanted to hang out. It's fucking bizarre.
like one of the guys like, hey, like I'll go in like this other car. Do you want to come with me? And the other girl's like, yeah, sure. And now the other girl's alone with like, what the fuck is happening right now? Why are you trying to pretend like? Why are you trying to pretend like some crazy shit has happened so far? Like basically, it sounds like the entire way like you're planning on fucking this dude. Like that's you made this decision like the second you give him your number. Like that's what it sounds like. That's what every single sign is pointing towards. Like there hasn't been any foul play. There hasn't been any weird creepy shit. Unless maybe you argue the age difference is a little bit much, which is fine. I can buy that. But like other than that, like everything so far is on the up and up. Like you are super down to fuck. Like that is every signal you've given along the way, and even in your own mind, that's where you're at right now. Like you're maybe a little on the wall, but like you're basically there. Like but.
We sat down, we ate food, and mind you, from the minute I saw him when I got out of the car to the minute that I left with him, I was debating him the whole time, and not even.
Listen to these. Like, I was debating him in the car the whole time. Like, come on, like, what does that mean? Like, yeah, I debate girls I fucking hang out with too, but like, those are like probably some of my most flirty interactions. Like, what is this idea? Like, you trying to pretend you're like screaming at the guy, or like, what? Like, how is this like supposed to provide credence that like you didn't want to be with him? You were like, I was debating. Like, come on, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Debating, just telling him how much I hate his views and like him himself. And fun fact, he told me that
my wife and I debate a lot too. We talk about a lot of stuff, and then we make love, sweet, beautiful love. It's not that beautiful. It's pretty disgusting if you. Not to me. I'll tell you that. Not to me. Not to me. You know what I'm saying?
He's never been in a relationship, so I had asked him, so what gives you the right to sit there and have a podcast?
Wait. He's never been in a relationship?
That's what he claimed. He said that, yeah, he's had a few girls here and there. I think he mentioned it on the episode that I was on too, but he said he's never
Well,
been.
from what we understand, I mean, listen, the guy has money. He's dumb, and he has money. So, like, I'm pretty sure, and he's confident. Dumb people are the most confident people. Let's be honest here, okay? Because you don't know, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know that you're dumb. Ignorance is bliss, am I right? So, like, he says it's not true. I mean, it's probably not true. He probably just fucks girls with money. Like, he has money, so he's able to fuck girls. Like, it's, you know, he probably doesn't like a relationship because he doesn't really know how or want to satisfy a woman in any, like, serious, real way, so.
In a relationship before.
So you're telling me these toxic red pill this theory of men can cheat, women can't, has not worked out for him really at all, has it? Which is so unexpected.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you can see my screen, but this is what you could have been like if you would have only accepted Fit into your life. You know, you guys could have been a beautiful couple like these two here. I think you're really missing out on something special.
So frustrated.
That's great.
Good one, Ethan.
Yeah, it was just.
So they got you alone with him.
Yeah, so basically my friend was alone with Fresh and I was alone with Fit. Perfect.
Jesus.
It was a perfect night. And we get to like this restaurant and I
basically what a Jesus moment. Like, oh my God, they were dating and they went and they got alone to have sex. It's so weird because like what is your expectation? Did you want them to fuck you in front of each other? What's your expectation here? Yeah, I really wish we fucked on this in the same room together. That would have been made my pussy throb. Oh man, that would have been so hot. Like, what are you saying? What at this point, like, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't even make sense. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Come on, here we go.
Crazy. It's almost like that's what was going on the entire time. It's almost like, why the fuck are you asking a guy if he wants to, like, hey, do you guys want to go get food at fucking 5 a.m. at 5 in the morning? What the fuck are you doing after the club? Like, bro, you fuck, like, this is, like, you cannot be any more sending clear signals that you were ready to fuck. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Holy shit.
Asking like, what are your political views? I'm asking about all of his views because I'm thinking like, if Walter's this nice off camera, maybe Myron's the same way. Nope, I was wrong. In fact, he's worse. But so whatever. The whole time I'm just like asking him his views. I'm debating him. He said something about like the thing too that his habit is that he spits out vocab vomit and he thinks that he sounds smart, but it's like I'm confused. Like speak like we're off camera. You can speak English now, not red pill beta.
Just like Bosch.
Like no, and he just doesn't stop. So like I'm just like whatever. So that's the whole conversation throughout the dinner. And then we're driving back, and mind you, I had said like, oh, we're gonna go meet my Walter and my friend now, right? And he said, yeah. I'm talking to him. I'm facing him in the driver's seat. I'm still going. I'm passionate and heated, telling him my views and stuff. And we end up back at the podcast studio. So I'm like, like I'm ready to go home, and we get back up into the podcast studio, and we go inside. And he's like, oh, I'm just picking up something. I just had to grab something from the studio.
Okay, then don't go inside with him. Why would you go inside? Like, hello?
And again, it's like 4 or 5 a.m. in Miami, and like no one's in the studio, but the lights are all on. They have everything.
Why you don't need to go in with him to pick something up? Like,
set up, and I already knew the way of the apartment. So I'm sitting in the kitchen area of the podcast studio, and he comes over to me and he says, "Of course you would wear your shoes," because I forgot to take off my shoes.
What?
And yeah, and he was like, "Of course you would wear your shoes." And then I had like this little vape that my friend had, and I think I hit it once, and he goes, "Oh, and of course you would do that in here too." And I was like, "Oh my, I'm so sorry." Like I started laughing because I thought he was joking, but he seemed very upset.
Are you sure he's not just like fucking with you? Like, why are we getting this line by line? Like, this sounds.
It's funny because that's what he had said. He's like, I was just fucking with her a little bit when he said that. I wonder. I guess Ethan didn't watch these. I mean, Ethan, fucking Destiny said he didn't watch it, but
sounds like so cringe. But okay, go ahead.
So I was like, okay. So he said, "Oh, you can just go to the balcony with your shoes and everything." And I was like, okay. I'm walking out to the balcony and there's like a door that I hadn't seen open before. Like basically it's an apartment that they made into a studio. So that was the bedroom. So I'm walking like towards the bedroom into the balcony, like towards the balcony, and he's standing in the door frame and he just grabs my face and kisses me.
Wow. There
Whoa.
you go. He was reading the room. Good at reading the signals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean I could see why he would get there. Even if it was I didn't tell that. Even if it was like unwanted based on all the context around it, like it makes sense for him to make that move, and she has showed like significant interest throughout the way. So it's like really not that weird, because I know people are like, oh, it's weird. It's not really that weird. It kind of just exists. It's kind of just a thing. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, because you know, this is one of those things where it's like, you know, like hookup culture is kind of dumb, man. Like you should probably not engage in hookup culture. It's like you're with somebody that you don't really know, and like you're basically exploring boundaries with them in real time. And if that's something like you have to, you know, you have to be careful, both parties, of you know, the way that you're interacting with each other. It doesn't mean that it's right to like assault somebody or anything, but like obviously, like based on the context, it seems like she was giving him pretty clear signs. So I could see why he would be like, yeah, I guess she wants to like whatever. It makes sense to me in general, you know, but you know, everything is sussy SA now. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I wanted. Fuck. Is it? No, it's not what I wanted.
But Ethan, I know that you're like this, basically a virgin fuck. No offense, but like it sounds like you've been dating one woman for like 20 years. Like,
hey, based,
yeah, he probably was reading the room. Like, if I have a girl that's like at the club drinking, asks me to go out like and get some food afterwards, like comes with me in my car alone while her friend goes off with my friend, and then comes back with me to my fucking studio apartment alone at fucking 5 a.m. Yeah, that is called reading the room, Ethan. Like, that is like the biggest like fucking clear for takeoff sign you could ever possibly get. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like.
And
Awesome.
kisses me. I'm like, no thanks. Like, you know, I'm like, no thanks.
Hold on, sorry. That is true. YouTuber chatter poll says Destiny. She is debating him the whole time. Remember? True.
Dude, this man is like 6'7".
Did
He's already
he lead with tongue or no?
Why would you ask this fucking question? It's so fucking cringe. Like, it's literally, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to fuck. I'm like fucking up any chance I ever have of talking to Ethan. Although I think I've already fucked it up because he's like a scientific writer now. But like, bro, you sound like you're in 6th grade, okay? Dude, I fucking kissed this girl.
Hey, listen. Well, I mean, it's situationally inappropriate to ask that question, but it's all for the memes and the goofs. You know what I mean? So I guess that's probably why I asked.
Did you have tongue when you kissed? Like, bro, what the fuck are you saying right now? Like,
bro, I'm so stacked right now. I'm fucking shocked that I didn't beat that.
Also, he's very like aggressive online, so I didn't know what he was capable of if I denied it. So I just pushed him off, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the balcony.
Listen, I understand this concept of like, oh, I don't know what this guy's capable of, et cetera, et cetera. But I would make the reasonable assumption that you wouldn't put. I mean, listen, why? Like, if you were that afraid of him, there was like 15 different times throughout this entire chain of events where you didn't have to go be alone with him. You know, it's not like he isolated you and got you alone. Like you kind of like you consensually got alone with this guy. So like just the way that they're presenting it's like crazy, man. Like, come on. Like, do you not? You know that. I should put him in here next time. And it's like nuts. And like I understand, like women can be afraid of men, especially like, you know, guys are bigger. I get it. I get why you'd be afraid, but it just feels like you're just weaponizing a very, very real experience that a lot of women have with guys where they feel like they've been isolated in a way that they don't want. And you're just kind of weaponizing that so that you can try to deplatform this guy.
And he goes, you need mouthwash.
Ew, what? Oh my
He was
God,
like,
bro.
you need mouthwash. I'm pretty sure, I think I sent some text over.
hold on, guys. Okay, hold on. Okay, everybody, chill out. Okay, you're on the aircraft carrier and the rubber band has been pulled all the way back. Okay, prepare for takeoff. Okay.
Wash.
Ew, what? Oh my
He was
God,
like,
bro.
you need mouthwash. I'm pretty sure, I think I sent some text over to Sam because
Yeah, I
was
got the
texting my
text here.
friend. Yeah, I was texting my friend the whole time, and you see me say like he just told me to get
Game's on
mouthwash or something.
Steam.
And
Here, let me
then
pull up
Text.
this text. Again, guys, we have receipts. This is fully vetted. Bro, Mayan just grabbed me to make out, and he goes, get your Listerine. You taste like alcohol. No, he obviously knows you came from the club. He's disgusting. Wait till I get home. Is Walter driving you? Yes, I'm still at the club, though. Ask Walter if he can pick me up from the studio, drive us both home. I'm about to walk. Answer now. She's all worried about you. Bro,
Oh, wait, yeah.
please let me know. Are you okay? I'm good. Bro, he's
Before you
disgusting.
continue,
That's another thing. Is like I'm good. I mean, like if you were in that much fear, like why, you know? And again, it's not the only thing, but there's so many different areas where it's like you can be like, no, I'm really afraid. Can you do this or do this and like help me? Or, but there's like so many times based on like the way that she's trying to make it seem like, oh, he doesn't know what I don't know what he's gonna do. It's like, you know, not for nothing, but she was probably attracted to him for his height in the first place. Like if he grabbed her and like threw her down and like choked her, like obviously you'd be afraid. You know what I mean? Like I know that's but it's just that the way that she's telling this story is like fucking she's trying to tell it in a way where like she was assaulted. That's That's what it is.
Oh, you want me to stop?
Yeah. You can continue after, like, I think, because like it's just like the timeline for it, because it's gonna be like a big. I'm leading up with the suspense, you know. But
Go ahead, yeah.
I come back from the balcony because I again, like, I went to the balcony and tried to stay as much as I could out there so he could just like be like, okay, like, let me bring her home now, like, get tired of me, basically. So I come back in the room and then I go to the bathroom, like in the kitchen. He's like, that's not where the mouthwash is. So I was like, oh, okay, where's the mouthwash? And he's like,
Bro, get me the fuck out of here. I thought I would just do it to be polite. Like,
Yeah, I mean, at this
points
point,
to like the bedroom
you
bathroom.
know, like that's like the next line. It's like, okay, well, if you didn't want to be with him, and then you got mouthwash. It's like, well, why would you do that? You know?
Are you a little scared at this moment?
I was very uncomfortable.
That was like, baby, can you close my door? I don't know if she's listening. That's one of like the biggest problems I have is that like that's a leading question. He didn't say how did you feel in this moment. He's like, did you feel uncomfortable, or what did he say exactly?
Cool. Points to like the bedroom bathroom.
Are you a little
So I
scared
walked
at this moment?
Yeah, like, are you scared? Thanks, babe. He's like, oh, are you scared? Oh my god, are you scared? Like, why you're like implanting this experience in her? Like, why didn't you just ask like, how did you feel at this moment? It's like, no, are you scared? Did you feel like he was gonna fucking destroy you? You know?
I was very uncomfortable. I was very like I didn't know, again, like a lot of people, I didn't want to speak out about this either because again, like there's alcohol involved, you know, like a lot of women try to speak out about stuff like this and you usually get the whole like you asked for it if you didn't do this or that, the third. But like when I was in that moment,
She's writing this shit, but like this isn't like one of those things where like, oh, you were drunk and he fucking raped you. This is the thing where like you were a little drunk, yeah, but you wanted to hang out with this guy and when you showed the text and you wanted to do this for days. So like you're riding like I guess you could say you're riding like the Me Too movement. Like you're Amber Hearding this situation pretty hard.
like it was like a fight or flight or like freeze. I basically froze. Like, I didn't know what to do, but I was just like keeping in touch with my friend. Like, hey, like, what are you guys doing? Like, can we just go home? But
Yeah, I mean,
she was just trying to keep me there.
At this moment, it does sound a little scary that you're in this studio with this massive dude. He's just come on to you. He tried to kiss you. You rejected him. And now he's kind of ordering you around to mouthwash because at that point, it's like, well, why am I mouthwashing? Are you going to try to make out with me more?
Yeah, and I don't really see the point in doing
That's
mouthwash. Like, I don't know. So I just
that would be the logical assumption. So, you know, using mouthwash should, okay.
went to this bathroom that he led me to. Like, he didn't lead me to, he just pointed to it. And also, I always forget this part whenever I tell the story, but like a little bit beforehand, I had opened the fridge before like he kissed me and stuff. I had opened the fridge and I saw like he had White Claws, like because they have like alcohol in the fridge and stuff. And they had a White Claw in the fridge, and I was like, "Oh, White Claw!" I was like, "Oh, can I have one?" Like as a joke. And he was like, "Yeah, you can have one, but just don't tell anybody."
Hey, as a joke, guys. Hey, as a joke, can I have alcohol? Like again, irresponsible of him, but as a joke. So then, as a joke, did you drink it? Like, what is the? Like, I don't understand. Everything's a fucking joke. You just got out of the bar. You were just shit faced. He wasn't even there. Like, and then you get there and you're like, oh, I was asked if I could have more alcohol as a joke. It's like, yeah, really? Did you ask because it's like a joke, or did you just like want it? And it's fine. You're allowed to want alcohol. I mean, you know, it's not legal for you to drink, but it's like, holy shit.
Well, you broke that promise.
bro, what, does this girl forget that she admitted to drinking earlier at the club? I'm like, dude, this is some fucking insane. Like, she is a predator. She is being predatory, right? Like, she already admitted earlier. Maybe she admitted earlier that she was like drinking at the club, and now she's like, ooh, a White Claw. And I'm like, where's the joke? Like, like this was a joke? Like, I was just kidding? Like, come on, what the fuck is happening here? Like, she's actually like doing some predatory behavior right now. Like,
I would wonder, like, what does he mean by that? Like, in the display of her story, or like, I'm not understanding, but.
Yeah, sorry, Myron. But so fast forward, I'm in this bathroom. I'm standing in the bathroom, like trying to kill time again, like a bit on the balcony. When I come out, he's like laying on this bed.
So wait, you were in the bathroom for a long time, just trying to kill time?
Yeah, I was just like, because hopefully, like I was hoping like time would go by and he would get tired and it's like, oh, you have to go. You know, like.
So you were just in the bathroom.
you can't like ask to leave. Also, hello, you fucking moron. Okay. We're in goddamn Miami. You can walk out, get a cab, get an Uber. You're not trapped. You're not stuck. Okay.
Well, no, but
you're not like the fucking mountains.
Her argument was that she felt threatened, that she didn't want to, that she couldn't do that because she felt like he was going to hurt her. But again, then she wanted him to drive her home. So her story kind of shits its bed again.
Of Tennessee, you're not like fucking trapped in Colorado. You're not in the middle of nowhere in Nevada or some shit. Like we're in fucking Miami, bro. Like you can get an Uber any time of the day. Like or I'm sure you got.
Oh, okay. Actually, that makes sense. I never thought of that. So somebody said I think that the joke might have been be that he wants her to use mouthwash because her breath stinks like alcohol. And then she's like, oh, can I have a White Claw? Maybe, I guess. Sure, I guess that could be possible. That's interesting. I didn't really think of it like that, but sure, I guess.
Or maybe she doesn't friends her. She's at the top. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
I think for a long time, you probably thought you were shitting or something.
Yeah,
I think this much was literally a mile from where they were staying. Were they? Like,
I was dropping a grumpy, but
oh yeah.
And I come back out and I was wearing like a fresh. Sorry guys, excuse me, but I was wearing a Fresh and Fit hoodie, and because they have like a room full of merch, but I asked them where does it go, they say nowhere. So
and she's literally wearing their fucking merch.
Yeah, she basically asks for a hoodie, like that's cool. But you were so uncomfortable, like you changed into his clothes, like interesting stuff, you know.
Are you fucking serious?
They all just collectively wear Fresh and Fit like all day long. But whatever. So I'm like standing up next to this bed and I'm texting my friend like because we're just keeping in touch with each other back and forth like what's going on. And she wanted to go home. I wanted to go home, but the moral of the story, it's the guys were texting and the girls were texting. So like I kept telling Myron, like, I want to go home. Like, Izzy's waiting for me. Like, can we go? And Walter said to my friend at the club, he said, why are you texting her? Why are you texting your friend to go home? Like it was basically like Myron was telling Walter, like, why is her friend telling her to go home? Like, it was just a whole ping
What
pong
on
thing
earth,
going
dude?
on.
You're telling him you want to leave. Like, what the fuck? Is it in some remote area where you kind of feel like stuck there without assistance? Like, where are you?
It was like Miami's very city like, so like it wasn't like I was alone, but like I don't know, I just didn't know my way around anywhere. So I was just like,
What do you mean you don't, bro? No offense, but you're a fucking kid. Nobody knows their way around anywhere. Use your fucking phone. It's called Google Maps. Are you serious? And nobody knows and everybody knows simultaneously. Take out your phone and type in an address. What are you at there? I couldn't figure out how to go. Like, that shit would have worked when I was a kid in 2008, but like, no, sorry, 2006, whenever the fuck. It was a long time ago, okay? Before we had like tons of map apps and stuff. Like, I can understand, like, I didn't want to go and ask him to use his printer to like, get the map quest out or some shit, okay? Like, also apparently everybody's saying that she was literally.
I remember that, the map quest. My mom used to use that. Thank God, bro, because I would have been dead. I mean, I just don't know my fucking ass from my elbows. I really need like GPS. Can't even find my way around the town I was born in. It's pathetic.
Like 1 mile from her apartment. She could have walked in like 15 or 20 minutes. People are saying that. I don't know if that's true, but yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. And
Right,
also,
it's
like,
not
I
your
didn't have the
city.
keys. Yeah, I didn't have the keys to my friend's apartment, so I didn't feel like going, like taking an Uber there and just waiting.
Right.
So that's when I had asked her, like, oh, can you have him drive to here to pick me up? And he was refusing, and it was just a whole thing. And then so at this point, like, I'm standing next to his bed, and then I'm like trying to, like, again, like give him cues. Like,
well, so this is what's interesting is that like she's saying that she wanted to leave and that he was expressing it. He's like, oh, I'm not driving you. So like what you're not saying is that like, oh no, I didn't feel like I could leave because he was going to hurt me. You're saying that like he wouldn't do it because he's not going to drive you. So at this point, like, why didn't you just get an Uber and leave yourself? Now, listen, like, yeah, I get it. Like, he should say, like, oh, I'll bring you home because I brought you here, whatever, fine. But, you're not trapped there. That's the only point I'm trying to make here. That you're not, like, trapped here in the way that, like, you're saying that you're fucking trapped, and it's just not the truth,
like, I want to leave. I want to be here. And he's like,
Why not just say it? Because every cue you've given thus far is that you are like massively down to fuck. That's every single cue that you've given up to this point. If you want to leave, why not just say like, hey, I
Didn't
want
she
to go
just
home?
say that she wants to leave? Like, what the fuck? Or is, I guess it changed now. But okay.
Like, do you think he won't take you?
Maybe I missed.
Like, are you actually a fucking like sex trafficked prisoner right now? Is he gonna take in, your ass, like, or reverse taking or whatever? Like, what is the implication here? Or why can't you just Uber home and leave? Why can't you just leave?
oh, you can sit on the bed. So I sit on the bed, and I'm sitting at the edge of
You can sit on the bed if you want. Okay, so I sat on the bed. What?
the bed, like the memes, how they say how girls are. And I'm sitting at this edge of the bed. He's like, oh, you can come up a little bit more. So now I come up and I leave.
And then I come up a little bit more, bro. What the fuck are you doing? What is happening? What am I listening to?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, she's so scared of. Like, she's so scared. She's so afraid of him. Why do you want him to drive you home? Like, you're so afraid to be alone with this guy. It's like it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But that coupled with everything else and us knowing what the fuck's going on here for real. So.
a nice gap between the both of us where it's like very obvious, like I don't like you, that I'm leaving a gap between us.
I'm after
Very
sitting on your
obvious.
bed, and then after crawling up closer to you on your bed.
Could you imagine like you're hanging out with a girl and like she's being a little weird, but like she's decided to hang out with you and go on a date with you and all this other stuff, and then like but somehow you're expected to think that like she didn't actually want to do any of those things with you. Like, it's so weird. I just think it's like so not realistic. It's bizarre as fuck.
I've got a gap. Now I've got a chastity gap in between us. Like,
And I'm on my phone, he's on his phone. And I remember, again, I was speaking about my views. Once again, he just jumps on top.
I was debating him again. I was debating the whole time. We were at this point where it was so hard to debate him because every time I tried to get out a word, he fucking thrust his dick into me again and again and again. I swear to God, like, I was debating him so hard, he was fucking me so, like, what the fuck is happening? What is going on right now?
Off me and starts making out with me.
Wow.
And like trying to kiss me and stuff. And so I'm like, I have my hands like on him where it's like, I don't want him like laying on me like intimately. So I'm just holding my hands up. And I'm like, no. Like, this was about like,
No, she is technically lying, like 100%. Like the entire narrative that she's centralizing around is that she never wanted to be alone with him and that he was being really super pushy and aggressive. That is an objective lie. She was the first one to text him. The whole narrative that like he got her phone number, like he forced her to give him the phone number, a lie. Like most of the shit she's saying is fucking a lie. Like it's what you're saying is not true. Like she's totally full of shit. Like she's lying about a lot of this. That's just a fact. So yeah. Like the narrative that she never wanted to be alone with him is a lie. A lot of this shit's a lie, man. Like it's a lie. Like that's just the truth. But so what you're saying is that like, oh no, it's a lie, man. It's a very big lie.
max a minute long. And I was wearing like this shirt. And it's
What do you mean a minute long? He was kissing you for a minute and then you stopped him? Do you think he might be a little bit confused at this point? Like, what do you mean it was a max a minute? Are you trying to say like that's a short amount of time?
Well, based on
like,
her story that she just said, she was like, oh, he jumped on me and I couldn't like blah 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 and like so like she might have just been in this scenario, which I think she's trying to suggest is that she was complying to not get hurt. So like it would make sense for it to happen for a minute, but
maybe you don't realize like a minute is a long time. I don't think I normally make out for a minute. A minute is a long time to be kissing somebody. Like, what, like.
It's like a very loose shirt, whatever. And he basically lifts up the shirt and made a comment. And then I was like, I'm done. I'm over this. Like, and
Wait,
I
he
said to
lifted
him,
up your shirt and kind of looked at underneath it and commented?
Yeah, my chest, because I have piercings.
You said what?
And this is the part that's like shitty. Like she made fun of her piercings and said that her tits are like lopsided. Like it was really shitty. Like he's a scumbag, obviously.
I have piercings, so he made a comment on it.
Oh, okay.
And it was very
Wait, so what was the order there? Did she do the classic? Oh, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but whenever a girl says like, if a girl is kind of like flirty with you and she mentions it like, oh hey, do you know I have my nipples pierced? The next question you're always supposed to ask is like, oh really? Can I see them? Because that's the reason why somebody makes that comment, right? Or if a girl's ever saying she's like, you know, I have like tattoos, you know, in other areas, and you're like, oh really? Can I see them? That's always like that's usually what somebody's farming for when they like make these types of comments. So like this idea that she like had piercings, you want to see like, yeah, no shit. Who brought them up? Like, you know, but.
very creepy. It was very weird.
I don't want to.
Okay, everybody in chat is saying I don't believe you. So this was probably like a movie scene or a YouTube video I missed, or whatever. But the general gist of whatever I'm saying is like true. That usually, if people are, sometimes people don't want to volunteer all of the information about themselves, so they give you enough to grab onto, and then if you show interest, then they'll go a little bit farther. But yeah,
that's possible. Yeah.
Also, according to the Fresh and Fit guys, people in YouTube chat are saying this, and then my spy friend is saying this. Apparently, the comment that he actually made, this isn't okay or good, but apparently the comment he actually made said her boobs were lopsided. Apparently, that's what he said. But okay.
Yeah, and he made fun of her piercings as well.
This is very bad. This is a very disturbing story, actually.
Yeah, it's interesting, but at that point,
I think
like,
he may have assaulted you. I mean, at this point,
I mean, I don't want to say that, but like again, like it's just it was my experience.
He also implicationed you a little bit too. The way they split you guys up, and
yeah,
I think you got implicationed. I think you got dentist systemed. If you know what that is.
I also want to say like something that I hate so much, and I actually don't hold the girl as responsible for this. She's supposed to be a dumb fuck because she's 19. So like, sure. This is kind of what I said before about how like social media is given a lot of power to like dumb fuck children. But Ethan here is doing so much damage.
Oh yeah. 100%.
I wish that I could communicate with you guys, and I'll never be able to do this. And you'll never believe me, and most of you will never understand. I don't even fully understand. I can only go by the experience I hear of other people. When you are raped, you are raped, okay? Not like had an encounter, like not somebody made out with you, not somebody touched your boobs, okay? When you get raped as a woman, there is so much that goes into properly assessing with and dealing with that situation afterwards that makes it so fucking difficult. Like, do you really want to go to the hospital and do a rape kit? Like, were you even really raped? There's a whole bunch of self-doubt that happens afterwards. Like, did you leave the person? Did you rape? There's all sorts of stuff that you have to deal with. There's the fact that you have to extricate yourself from that situation as well. You got to get away from the person that did it. You know, do you leave? Whatever. Do you even have a way out? Like, after you get the rape kit, like, do you want to file a police report? Is it going to destroy your life to do it? Like, I've got all these social groups that are going to know if I do this. Like, this guy's going to hate me. Like, right? When you have like, when you're actually in one of these situations as a woman, there is like so much that goes into doing the proper steps to make sure that things get filed. That when you have like subhuman fucking clout hungry fucking virgin fuck losers like Ethan platforming these types of stories, it's not fair and it's not right. But you destroy people's ability to have conversations around these things. That's the long form explanation of.
That's true, because like realistically speaking, she might have okay, like let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Like let's say that she actually like, okay, so this is something that I had said, but like, okay, a lot of times when people have experiences and they have stories, what happens is they go through like an experience, right? And there's the objective truth, and then there's your truth. And a lot of times your truth is going to be based off of the way that you feel. Oh, this is not where I wanted this. Is going to be based off the way that you felt plus the information that you remember happening. I know it sounds weird, right? And a lot of times, like, you know, and so when you're going through the motions, like, okay, let's say you have this experience and like everything was great. Like you go out with this girl and everything's so cool. And like she shows a lot of interest and you guys like kiss and then, you know, whatever. And then she farts in your nose at the end of the date. You had sex and she farts in you while she's riding your face, okay? That's going to put a bad taste in your mouth. If you know what I'm saying. Sorry, mature. So what happens is if you take that, like if that's like, oh my God, that was really shitty. You're going to come out of that experience going like, wow, that was really shitty. That was bad. Like I didn't like that. And then all of a sudden you might look at the entire situation through a negative lens. Right? And so it's possible that what happened is like she had a general experience with this guy where like she showed some interest. She's like, yeah, I'll go do this. I'll go do that. Blah, 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 blah. I'll hang out with this guy. He's all right. He's all right. And then she has this general experience. And then afterwards, like the comment at the end, like really fucked her up. Cause that's like really rude. What you're like the comment about her body. Like, oh, that's gross. Like, oh, you're lopsided. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. And that might have like really upset her. Cause like, think about how vulnerable you are in a situation where you're doing something like that. And then somebody's like, ew, like, oh, gross. Like, what are you doing, dude? You know, like that sucks. Like that sucks a lot. So like, yeah, that could be a bit upsetting, man. So like I could understand why that it's possible that that's something along the lines of like what happened there, and then she has like a very negative interpretation of this entire situation now because of that. That's entirely possible. Now, does that mean that's actually what happened? We don't know. Like maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why like we're in this situation. Maybe that's why they're having this kind of like discussion or whatever. It's possible. It's also possible that it's not it, but. And then Ethan guiding her down this path where it's like, oh yeah, you were definitely like assaulted. Like that's not good, because you could be potentially like reinforcing that. You could be implanting, kind of like it's possible. Like when you're in a vulnerable state, you can like possibly have like information implanted into your head. Like, oh really, was it that bad? Like you have your adult Ethan here telling you that you might have been assaulted. All of a sudden she's like, wait, was I? And now she's questioning her whole fucking existence. There's a lot here, man. It's kind of fucked up. So just saying.
You make it hard to believe other women. That's what it means when people say that. You make it hard to believe other women. Because, again, remember what I said earlier, okay? If I tell you it only takes 2 or 3 fake rape stories for you to believe no woman, you think that sounds racist, you think that sounds sexist, you think that's not, you think it's not, right? People say all these, oh, you can't make it after 2 or 3 things, that's not fair, right? You'll say that, right? That's misogynistic, okay? But if I tell you it only takes 2 or 3 interactions for a black dude to never trust a cop again, yeah, of course, I agree with that. It only takes 1 or 2 violent relationships for a woman to never trust a man again. Yeah, of course, that's fair. I believe it, right? It only takes 2 or 3 times for a person's mind to get completely fucked on a certain thing. So you can't say that it's unreasonable when a man hears 2 or 3 fake rape stories and doesn't believe any of them anymore. Because we would always grant that for every single other person in society. It doesn't take 100 bad run-ins with somebody to create a false understanding or impression of an entire group of people. That's not how anybody works. And we know that when we talk about minorities, because liberals and progressives love to treat minorities like incapable little dipshits. But the reality is everybody's an incapable little dipshit. It's the human condition. Okay, we see patterns where they don't exist, we recognize them, and we instill them over other things, like, or project them over other things very, very quickly. That's the human condition. So like, I'm just saying that like you can't on one hand say things like a black kid only needs 3 run-ins with the cops to hate cops for his entire life. That's not every cop is a bad person. And then in the next breath say you should be able to hear 100 fake rape stories and know that there are thousands more out there that are true, which is true, by the way. That is true. It is true that for every dumb fuck girl like this that's clout sharking on another guy's show, who's clout sharking, for every 1%, there's probably 100 women that actually got raped that didn't even go to the police station, let alone file a report, let alone tell their friends, let alone try to get justice in any other arena, right? It is true, but can you expect people to believe that it's true when this is the type of shit that you hear? Like, it's very, 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 very frustrating to me. I don't blame the girl because, again, she's 19 and she's a dumb fuck and she's clout hungry. I expect her to be dumb because she's 19. I expect her to be clout hungry because she's a fucking kid. Sure, that's fine. But like, Ethan should know better here, right? Ethan should, but he doesn't because he has no experience here. Because he's probably, that's almost something. He's probably been in one major relationship for the majority of his life, and he probably doesn't have very much experience in this arena. So like, take a step back and maybe realize like, hey, maybe I don't need to have an opinion on this. Maybe this isn't my wheelhouse. Maybe I should shut the fuck up and like let other people that understand this kind of stuff talk about it.
Well, yeah, but I mean now it's like it's a lot of times like sexual assault shit is like it's like trendy. People love talking about it because it's like, oh my god, like what happened, the John Swan thing. Oh my god, I could deep plot. Oh, this guy's a predator. I'm gonna like I'm look like a predator. Like, oh, I'm gonna be a hero. Like people like to. Think that they're like incredibly virtuous because look at me, I'm saving things, I'm doing this, I'm such a good person. That's where we're at. Like sexual assault stories are just a hot topic, man. They just are. This is not what I wanted here. I'm gonna shit my pants. Oh my god, I'm like fucking up so bad with my farm in this game. It's not good. It's not good, guys. It's not good.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay, sorry. It's always something.
It's okay.
So
but yeah, no. So
what's going through your mind as it's lunging?
Like
on
you can tell too that like Ethan is fishing so hard for a story here. Like Ethan is so excited for a story. Like when he's asking things like, "Oh, bro, like did he use tongue?" Like he's fishing so fucking hard for something sensational here. It's like, bro, calm the fuck on.
Yep.
Now.
It was very quick, so I was just like, no, like right away in my head I was like, no, I don't want to have like sex with this person, like I don't. So I like as soon as he like makes that,
I don't think he's being malicious. I think he's in God's mode center. Oh no, bro, don't misunderstand me. Jesus, I have to like qualify like a million things. I'm sorry. I don't think Ethan is like maliciously thinking like I'm gonna ruin women, I'm gonna set all the rape claims back, blah blah blah. Like,
no, I think that he's malicious in the aspect of like wanting to deplatform Fresh and Fit, and then I also think he's dumb when it comes to sexual assault, so he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So like mix those two together and you have a great story.
Sure, like I 100%. I'm not saying that, okay? I'm just saying that like what Ethan knows is that there's a juicy story here against like another like fairly big like YouTube group of people that he can like shit on and get like a ton of viewers on, and it's like funny as fuck, right? That's all that's going through Ethan's mind. I don't think Ethan's like acting malicious here. I think he doesn't like the Fresh and Fit dudes. I got history, and now he's got a girl like willing to come on and like throw him on the bus. That's some funny shit. Like let's go forward with it, right? I'm sure if you go through my YouTube history, even maybe recently, I probably made mistakes like this before too. Like I don't think that, like this doesn't require like an ultra malicious point of view from Ethan, but we still have like responsibilities as content creators to be better than this. Someone in my YouTube chat said, something tells me that Destiny doesn't like Ethan. I don't really like Ethan that much. I hate the Fresh and Fit guys. However much you think I don't like Ethan, I don't like the Fresh and Fit guys a million times more, okay?
comment, I push him off me and I say,
it's so interesting
like
because a lot of times people, this is like, dude, this is the reason why Ethan is such a bad content creator. It's because every time Ethan does something wrong and you criticize him for it, in this case, it's a massive thing. He's literally like, he's he's destroying the conversation about sexual assault. People are like, oh, you're just biased. Oh, you're just biased. It's like, holy fuck. Like, I'm biased against people who fucking assassinate the conversation about sexual assault. Like, yeah, you're right. I'm such a piece of shit. Right? Like, that's the whole fucking thing. And it's crazy. Like, there's no accountability to be had because of this. Because everybody's like, oh, you're just doing this. You're just doing that. It's like, dude, maybe he just sucks. Like, maybe he's like really bad right now. Maybe this is a really bad thing. And every time you affirm his fucking stupid, like a dumb fucking childish perspective on shit, and you affirm like dude, every time you're making things worse. Well, every single time, like you're like, oh well, you're an asshole. It's like, fuck, shut up. Like, I'm not being biased here. And if I have a bias against Ethan, it's because he's dog shit. Like, he's fucking abysmal dog shit. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, that's not my fucking fault, dude. That's his. And it's because of shit like this that bothers me.
No.
It was very quick. So I was just like, no, like right away in my head, I was like, no, I don't want to have like sex with this person. Like, I don't. So I like, as soon as he like makes that comment, I push him off me and I say, I verbalized to him, I said, I don't want to have sex with you. Did you think I came here to have sex with you? And he got very mad. Like, he just got mad. Like, he did like a little toddler thing where he was huffing and puffing, went and goes on his phone, and he just like went silent. And I was like,
this makes sense. So like, yeah, I would say like, I would hope this as a guy, okay? If you get turned down or rejected, like, you know what? Actually, fuck me, dude. I'm just getting turned a decision and so I think it's fine to be a little disappointed. You know, don't like take it out on the girl. Don't try to pressure her.
It's childish that he did that, obviously. But like, it's childish. Like, if you're trying to hang out with a girl, and you want to fuck them, and then it doesn't go well, and you have like, you throw time of attention. Yeah, it's childish, but it's not like, yeah, because especially if they're shitty people. But
But like, it sounds like that's what he did. He was like, oh, fuck me, whatever, right? Wasted the night, you know? Girl seemed like she was DTF, she wasn't, right? I mean, like, don't make a big show of it. But like, it sounds like he just like, okay, whatever, and then he got on his phone, you know? I actually think this is like, of the range of interactions that I would accept or engagements I would accept with, or reactions. And the range of reactions, they're fairly narrow. I think this is one of them that's okay. It's on the lower end because like, it's okay, right? You're okay to be upset and get on your phone or whatever. That's fine.
Okay, like and I changed back into the outfit that I had in the bathroom, and I came out, I give him the merch back, and I say, okay, can you bring me home now? And because my friend was...
This idea that she would fucking ask him for a ride back, I'm trying not to insult so hard. This girl is so fucking spoiled, dude. I can tell you so much about the type of person this girl probably is. No, not 100%. Okay, not 100%. Maybe there's something different. But like, this girl sounds so unimaginably fucking spoiled.
Oh, well, dude, I don't understand why people, like, even my wife is like, yeah, I don't think that like he has to bring her home. You don't have to do anything. I just think that it's the mature thing to do. The thing that I hone in more is that like, she talked about how uncomfortable she was around this guy, but then she's like, take me home. It doesn't really add up to me. But
oh my fucking god, give me a break, dude. Can you give me a ride home now? Like, after you're like drinking his alcohol, I think, did she drink the White Claw earlier? I couldn't tell because she said it was a joke. After she drinking alcohol, using his mouthwash, wearing their fucking merch, hopping on his bed and shit, like changing into outfits while you're there, like, yeah, of course he's gonna be disappointed. And now you want to ride home? Are you serious? When you're about to fly home and never see this dude again? Like,
was like, my friend was also like drunk at the club with Walter, and she was texting me saying like, I'm gonna walk home because he's not bringing me home. And it was just like a whole big
True
thing going
gentleman.
on.
Neither, both of them are refusing to give you guys rides home.
Yeah, and
I think Myron, Fresh, Fit, whatever, Fresh, yeah, the other one. Pretty sure he gave the girl a ride home, actually. But.
So I had asked Myron, I said, can you drive me to my friend's apartment? And he said, no, I parked my car already.
Awesome.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to order my Uber now. And he was like, okay. Like, just acting like a complete toddler. Like,
that's totally fine. That is totally within his right to do. The fact that you think that your ass is fucking owed a ride home? Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you actually fucking insane? You think this dude owes you a ride home after you gave every indication that you were down to fuck? And then at the end, you're like, no, never mind. Like, you think
I don't understand. Like, yeah, you know, you're not owed a ride home, but Jesus Christ, like, I think it would be the respectful thing to do. But why everybody going fucking melting down over this fact, this information here?
To take you home? What the fuck?
Yeah, to be fair, though, he did park his car already. So, like, when you really think about it like that, yeah, what the fuck am I saying?
What is wrong with you?
I did park my car
This
already.
really probably gets 10 pints. I shouldn't waste it on this line of people. Oh, fuck me.
Entire, like, I felt like I was looking in the face of a 15-year-old, like a 15-year-old boy that like, oh, I didn't give him a kiss or whatever. Like, but
oh my goodness, are you telling me that you were trying to predatorize a 15-year-old boy? What the fuck?
At that point, excuse me, I forgot the burp, but I ordered my own Uber, and I'm walking out, and I'm like, oh, my Uber's coming. Like, can you walk me downstairs? Because I didn't know how to work this building. So he walked into the elevator, pushes the button, and walks away.
That's fine.
You got to be more worried about the predatory Uber guys. Those guys are fucking something.
That's all you need, motherfucker. What, do you expect him to hold your fucking hand? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Bro, where's your
Actually, the reason that he probably told her to leave and wouldn't drive her home is because she was owning him so hard in that debate that they were having. That he was like, I can't take you home. I've been intellectually assassinated here. I'm not taking you home. I'm embarrassed. I'm not going to be in the car with you any longer because then you're just going to embarrass me more. Probably what actually happened.
Find that. What are you thinking right now? This is probably like the third Uber this girl has ever ordered for herself in her entire fucking life. I bet she didn't even pay for her drinks at the club. Sorry, that's insult. I didn't even say that.
With no comment, he just pushes the button and walks back into the city.
Like, what did she just say? Like, he was pouting like I didn't give him a kiss. What did you expect? A kiss goodnight? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, Jesus Christ.
And I get into my Uber, and like at that point, I think that's when it kicked in. I started crying because I was like, I don't know what just happened, but I feel uncomfortable. And I that's where you could read the rest of the messages with my friend because I mentioned everything in there.
You started crying? I
Yeah.
don't blame you. That whole thing is really traumatic, and I'll tell you what.
No, absolutely nothing
yes.
that happened here was fucking traumatic.
So like I don't see, this is the thing. I don't know how we would define the term traumatic. Because it seems like our generation, I spelled that both words wrong. Emotionally disturbed or distressed. Okay, I guess you could listen. Here's my thing. The comments about her body, I think, could have been very upsetting. I wouldn't have called it trauma. I think that that's being hyperbolic. I don't think that it would have been a trauma. I think that there are things that we can experience in life that don't have to be trauma. Like there are things like I've like what do I don't know, like an experience. Where like okay, like when you're younger, I've taken like my shirt off. And people like laugh at me for being fat. So I'm like, oh, that's upsetting. And so it makes me not want to take my shirt off. I wouldn't consider that a trauma. That's upsetting. I think a trauma is like so much deeper. I'd say everything's like a trauma. Like it's like, you know, we can have bad experiences and they can stay with us without them having to be traumatic. What I will say is like, yeah, the experience of her getting her body criticized when she took her shirt off, that's probably like upsetting to her. I wouldn't call it a trauma though. I feel like everything's a trauma now, you know? We just like to use like the most exaggerated words for everything. It's like, oh yeah, I accidentally cut myself. It's like my finger came off. I sliced myself. You know what I mean? It's like we're very hyperbolic in our language.
Ethan, shut the fuck up. What the fuck was traumatic? She went to a dude's house, seemed like she was down the fuck, decided later that she wasn't for whatever reason, and then decided to Uber home. Nothing, absolutely nothing about this entire scenario was fucking traumatic. Give me a fucking break, dude.
I actually didn't know how crazy the story gets at the end. I'm sorry.
How crazy it gets at the end? Bro.
Let's see. Somebody says, I work in trauma as my career. There's two different types of trauma. Big trauma, the type you typically think of, and little trauma, traumas that are personal to you. I don't understand what you're saying, but I would like to know more of what you're trying to say. I don't really get it. You know what I mean? So the type you typically think of. Okay. Like what is a personal trauma? Is that what you're talking about? Interesting. Yeah. Everything's insane. Everything's traumatic. Everything is sussy. To say, did you feel that sounds really sussy? That's what I would have said to her. After that, I would be like, oh, this sounds really sussy, bro.
Went through that.
It's all right. I just want to bring it more.
I mean, wow. This is the thing that's really crazy is like, if you're hanging out with somebody, you know, you don't always have to give someone a ride home. But what's messed up is
even Ethan
they intentionally split you guys up, and then
because Ethan, of course. This is the biggest issue because, of course, what should have happened is they should have had sex in front of each other. They should have fucked, you know, the two that were dating that he found on a sugar baby website, the friend, Fresh. They should have had sex in front of everybody. That would have made more sense, is to have sex with everybody in the same room because that's normal, I guess. So they shouldn't have split them up. Like, what the fuck do you think that they're going back to their respective houses for, to have sex? Like, what the fuck would they do that? It doesn't make any sense. What do they want to go play, like Simon Says? Or what is that the game on your phone now where you flip it up, you know?
Took you all the way out to the studio, and then basically stranded you
all
there.
the way out to the studio, a mile from your house, from your apartment that you're at. Holy shit. Basically the desert, the middle of the Sahara Desert. Where is that? I don't know. Anyway.
It's like, well, if you want to leave, you got to fucking pay for your...
Ethan, bro, kill me, dude. Kill me, okay? Nobody is stranded.
Bro, it's so funny because like I feel like Destiny's at the point, like emotionally, that I was with the Ethan like a year ago, where I was like, I want to be charitable to this guy. I want to be, and like I was tried so hard for like a year, and it's impossible. You get to a point where he just gets enraging after like, you know, the bad take after bad take, and like they're really big like takes that are like they're just so bad, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Now all of a sudden you're just like, fuck it, like Ethan doesn't deserve charitability, and that's kind of where you are. It's fucking crazy.
Nobody is stranded anywhere. She's a mile from her fucking apartment.
Yeah, she is.
And she's in Miami. She got an Uber. What do you think stranded means? Like,
your own ride. I mean, what the fuck, dude?
What the?
But anyway, it's a good thing he didn't give you a ride home, because who knows what else he would have tried on you. Okay, so let me read this. He's discussing wait till I get home. Is Walter driving you home? Yes, I'm still at the club, though. Ask Walter if he can pick me up from the studio, drive us both home. I'm about to walk out. Answer, bro. Please let me know if you're okay. I'm okay. Dude, he's disgusting. I'm making him drive me home right now. Are you going?
I'm making him drive me home right now? Like, listen to her text, dude. Are you serious? Also, like, wait, hold on.
It's interesting that you're so scared of this guy, but you're going to make him drive you home. It's fucking definitely extra spoopy. Technically, anything could be a little T because experiences affect different people in different ways. You could be bitten by a dog and it's not a big deal, or you could become very afraid of him. Okay, I guess so. I feel like we just use this word trauma like so hyperbolically. Like what I would say is that that situation that happened, I feel like wouldn't typically lead to trauma, right? Does that make more sense? It wouldn't typically lead to like a trauma. It just typically wouldn't, right? That's what I guess I'm trying to say. Like I feel like most people would experience that, and it wouldn't be like as big of an issue.
This part here, by the way, also because she's like, I'm constantly texting my friend. Obviously, she had her phone down for a while, which she was talking to her, not responding. Right? If this, I wish there were timestamps on all these messages. I don't know if iPhone can show them all, but.
Hey, bro, please let me know if you're okay. I'm okay, dude. He's disgusting. I'm making him drive me home right now. Are you going home? Yes, I'm going home soon. Okay, I'm gonna make him drive me home right now. Myron just tried to have sex with me. I said no, and he's mad because I said no. Lol, the fuck did he expect?
You guys are going over to apartments and shit at 5 a.m. Oh my god, dude. I wouldn't be triggered because I'm a decent person, okay? But like, this would test me. We would be pushing the limits here, okay? If my only interest in a girl was sex, and we got this far, and I was like, damn, all right, well, I just wasted a ton of my time. But like,
yeah, I mean, you might be a little upset because you gotta jerk off a little bit. You gotta look at the old hub, you know? That might be it. Put a lot of energy into trying to get some of that pussy, and then she's like, nah, dog, fuck you. That's like, damn, brother.
Bro.
Dude, when are you going home? He's a fucking weirdo. Is Walter bringing you home? Because I told Myron you're going home right now so he can Uber me home. I'm leaving soon, but if he knows Walter is taking you home, he's going to...
So wait, I'm curious. Did her friend fuck Walter? Did we ever find out that part of the story? Did her friend mention that? I'm kind of curious. But...
Be weird. Why is he
Probably.
texting?
There was like a sugar baby website thing, you know?
Walter, I think so, but wait, leaving with Walter, right? Leaving now, yes, leave now, what are you doing, women away?
That makes sense. First, I was chased by a dog as a kid and was terrified of them for years. That wouldn't be traumatic for most people who had pets. Maybe. I remember one time, like, I was riding my bike and I got off my bike and there was a dog, big scary fucking dog, and I just like stood there and I held my bike in front of myself and like slowly walked away. And it was an upsetting experience, but I wouldn't call myself traumatized, you know. But that's interesting. Yeah, like I said, I just think it wouldn't generally be like a traumatic experience, I guess, but it would be upsetting. I mean, at the very least. But like when we use trauma, like here's the thing: what do you think Ethan means by traumatizing? He thinks that he thinks she was fucking raped, right? So like, there's levels of trauma. She wasn't raped, so like that's what he's trying to say. He's like, she assaulted you. He's trying to say that. Like, when he later on, he even asserts that like he thinks that the only sex that Myron ever goes into is coercive sex. So he's constantly saying these things. So that's the kind of trauma he's trying to assert. Like he's not having a nuanced conversation about trauma like we're trying to have in the chat here with me. He's just saying that like, oh, it's traumatic. Oh, you're traumatized. Oh, like, that's what he's trying to say.
I'm getting my Uber. 3 minutes away. Bro, Byron's a fucking piece of shit. Home. Need me to come down and wait. Now I'm getting my Uber. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, please. Okay. Bro, I want to cry. I'm coming. We'll talk. I'm coming down the block. I hate to say it. I don't want to make you feel some type of way, but that was super... That's crazy.
The best part is the day after. This is the best
wait,
part
there's
of the
more?
Yeah, and wait, there's more.
And remember, this is a 35-year-old man who's stranded this 19-year-old girl in his apartment.
No one is stranded, Ethan. Literally nobody is stranded. I don't know what you think stranded means. Nobody is stranded right now. Who's stranded?
He is, bro. What are you talking about?
Trying to get her drunk all night.
He doesn't have to try to get her drunk all night. Her producers offered one drink for the thing, which I think was on a different day, wasn't it? It wasn't even the same day, was it? Or was it? It might have been the same night. But like that wasn't her offering. And she was drinking on her own at the club, bro. And I
think it was a few days later because this was like the day before she was about to leave, I believe. And like then he was like, oh yeah, she wanted it the day before she was gonna leave, blah blah blah, some bullshit like that. So like, yeah, I don't think it was that.
White Claw and asked for the White Claw on her own, bro. What are you talking about? What do you mean? How is he trying to get her drunk? She's doing it all herself over and over and over again.
Like she showed up to the house at that point drunk already, but yeah, again, inappropriate that he offered alcohol at all, but yeah, okay.
Jumping on top of her and then making her get...
Jumping on top of her? Bro, she sat on the bed and then got closer when he asked. What the fuck? This is why like I try to be really careful when I have to qualify myself 50 times, because I always tell you guys like, when you're trying to figure out through like a romantic situation, okay, like figuring out like negotiating consent and figuring out what everybody's okay with, it's really hard on the guy and girl's part. It's really hard when you're in the middle of a sexual situation to do it. It can be hard to like keep control.
That's why you should just say, hey, can I put my penis in your vagina? Okay, that's the sexiest thing you could ever say to a woman. Can I kiss you? Can I put my cock in you? Can I touch your boobies right now? Personally, bro, I think that there's a sexy way to ask, like, if you could do something. You could like touch their boob, like, is this all right? You know, something like sly, like, yeah, is this all right, bro? Maybe don't call her bro, but. I think you understand the general energy that I'm trying to get out of here. That I'm trying to like express here. You know, you could do it. You could be a sexy boy about it. You know, you could be attractive when you ask these questions. And even if you don't think you can be, you know, it's better than getting a fucking false allegation. So
It'd be hard to be respectful. Like, I get that, okay? So I'm more willing to accept
Call her
than
bro.
other people, okay? And it happens. But the, wait, fuck, I don't
call
even
her,
remember.
bro. Call her,
Hold on.
bro.
Drunk all night, jumping on top of her, and then making her give.
Like, this is why I say when I'm giving these, it's why I try to give both ends of this. I don't believe in, like, explicitly asking consent all the time, because it can feel awkward. I don't think it's bad to do it, but it can feel awkward. Like, can I kiss you? Can I take your shirt off? Can I touch your left boob? Can I touch your
Well,
boob?
okay, yeah, I get that. I feel like at the very least you should be like, can I kiss you? Like, I don't know. Listen, bro, I would just generally advocate for it. I think you could do it in a way that's like more attractive. I understand that that some like there are people who are like, oh, I find it like sexier when they just go for it. But then at the same time, you know, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just want to be just fucking protect yourself. I guess almost. I don't know. But sure. I would still say though, you know, always ask for consent. Call her bro. Do the most that you can to turn her off, like that. These are like the things that I would typically do, as like a high value man myself, you know. But that's just me personally. You guys can operate however you'd like.
My hand, can you, like, it can be, I wouldn't expect that level of communication from most people, because most people aren't built like that. Most people can't handle that, right? So you kind of have to go by like verbal or nonverbal cues, right? Like, you kind of have to go by like, well, she came to my place, she asked for a fucking White Claw, she got some mouthwash, but I told her breath smelled bad. She sat on my bed. She got closer when I asked. She's talking to me about her pierced nipples. Like, all of the indications are kind of there. It's like, okay, fuck it. There's enough here that here's what I would expect, okay? There's enough here that I can make a move. And it sounds like he tried that. He did make a move. He made a move, and he either misread or she changed her mind. He made a move, and she said stop. Now, that's actually totally fine. It could be the case that if this girl was more honestly telling her story, she wanted to fuck him right up until the final moment, and she was like, fuck, I'm too nervous. I'm a little afraid. I don't think I want to fuck this guy.
That's
I just,
possible.
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's totally fair. That's totally okay. You're always within your right to do that. You can do that in the middle of a sexual interaction. You'd be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, fuck me. It's like, sorry, or don't fuck me, I guess, right? You can totally do that. That's totally fine.
It's so interesting how many speculations there are about this that are like totally valid. Like, that's totally valid. I think that maybe like she was totally into it. I think that she might have been into it until like he made the comment about her body. Like, there's so many valid speculations about this, but like she was so dishonest that what are we supposed to fucking believe? You know what I mean? Like, what are you supposed to think? What am I supposed to feel? You know? But seriously, like, what are you supposed to like draw out of this situation? Because there was just so much dishonesty that it's difficult to be like, oh yeah, you know what? I still think that she was this and that. It's like, well, you know, that's quite possible that she wanted to remove consent, but
always have the right to do that. But
maybe she just got like uncomfortable at some point.
like,
Well, we don't
what
know.
does the fresh and fit guy do afterwards, right? Well, after he makes his move and she says stop, he stops. He stops. He's a little disappointed, which is fair. And then he's on his bed. He checks his phone, and she's like, I want to go home. He's like, all right, get an Uber. Like, that's okay. The way that all of that played out afterwards, that's actually totally fine. And props. I hate that I'm saying this because these guys oftentimes come off as like Uber rapists, the fresh and fit dudes. Like, from the little I've heard, they sound like they would be. No offense, that sounds horrible to say.
I've never heard anything that makes them sound like that. Honestly, I've heard shit that makes them sound like fucking scumbags and like bad men that teach other men to be bad men. But I've never heard anything that I would say that makes me feel like they were rapists. I wonder what he's referring to.
It sounds like she said no, and he stopped immediately.
All I really know is like the Instagram shit and like men are allowed to cheat and women aren't and like all that dumb shit. Like, I don't know the other stuff that you're referring to.
Yeah, like, that's cool. There's probably a million other ways that he could have kept pushing that encounter. Maybe he could have offered something to drink. Do you want to go back to the balcony? But it sounds like as soon as she said stop, he was like, all right, fuck it. And then he gave up completely. Even though he had her in a really good isolated environment, that if he wanted to rape her or try to do something more, he probably could have. He probably could have leaned into it way more. But it sounds like she said stop, and he stopped. Cool. He's disappointed. That's fine. That's fair. She wants an Uber. She can get her herself. Fuck it. He's irritated. That's okay. Like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Get her own ride home after he doesn't get what he wanted from you.
which is fine. That's fair. You're not obligated to give any motherfucker a ride home, okay? Now, for the true story, apparently, this is according to the Fresh and Fit guys. I should say true. That's
I wonder how I would have interacted when I was younger. Like, if a girl's like, I don't want to do this, I'm like, all right, leave. And I'd probably bring up, I guess that'd be so awkward. I guess it'd be kind of awkward to just drive some girl home in their car. After that fact, it'd be so fucking weird, dude. Like, how would you do that? Yeah, I don't know. That's fucking weird. Like, oh, we're not gonna fuck. I don't know. I've never been in that situation where, like, a girl, like, we got to this intimate place and the girl was like, oh, let's not do it anymore. There's been times where I got to that spot and I was like, fuck, I don't want to fuck this girl. But I'd fuck her anyway because I don't want her to feel bad about herself. But I've never been there, so I guess I don't know. Okay. Would I classify Fresh and Fit as incels that have sex? I don't think so. I would talk. They're typical fucking fuckboy losers. That's how I would classify them. Pieces of shit. So, yeah, scum losers.
their version. He said that when she lifted her shirt, he didn't make a comment on her piercings. He made a comment on her having lopsided boobs.
He made
and
both
that might have been what
comments.
turned her off from the encounter, and that's why she didn't want to go further, right? Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So now I don't know whose story is correct or whatever, but like, yeah.
That's what I think.
Wow.
I'm a
Okay. So
smart
what
guy.
happened the next day?
So basically, I sent those over too, but he.
Wait, does
I
Mark,
woke
should I
up-
open something else?
I
Screenshots
was
of
gonna
text
say
from
this-
Myron. Should I look at this?
Yeah, just for backstory too. When I had gotten back to my friend's apartment, I told her what had happened. I was like telling her like this is what happened, and we basically agreed. I was like, okay, let's go to sleep, and in the morning, if I say the story the same way I did last night, then it happened because I felt like I was imagining the whole thing. So she was like, okay, so we go to sleep. We wake up the next day. The first thing we did when we woke up is like I told her the whole story again, and she was like, yep, everything's the same way you said it before. And then right away, I look at my phone and there's a text from Myron, and then that's where you can read those texts.
Okay, here we go from Myron. I don't know if yesterday was planned with you, but it wasn't cool. I really didn't think you were that type of girl. Oh, he's mad at you?
Yeah, he was very mad.
Girl.
That sounds
Oh,
like
he's
a
mad at
baby.
you?
Yeah, he was very mad because I didn't give it up. I say it further in the text.
So first thing in the morning, he's texting you hate messages. I don't know if yesterday was playing with you and your friend, but it wasn't cool. I really didn't think you were that type of girl. Very disappointing. Type of girl what? To just want to hang out and not want to fuck me?
To just want to hang out, Ethan, please, bro. You are unironically, you might actually wait. Do they have a kid? If they don't have a kid, I think Ethan is actually still a virgin. I don't think him and Hila whatever have ever fucked. But they might have a kid. They have a kid, then I'll believe it. They could have still done surgery. Oh, they do have a kid. Okay, so he's had sex at least one time. Ethan, you unironically sound like a virgin. 2 kids. Okay, so they fucked either twice or he saved the load from the first, fucking gave it to her the second time. Dude, Jesus fucking Christ. It's like I'm reading the Twitter arguments again. It's like, well, maybe you just invited a girl over to play Smash Brothers. Like, bro, you are so. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, 5 o'clock at night or 5 in the morning, got drunk from the club. Yeah, I mean, I could see why you would think that she wanted to fuck you. Again, I think that she did until he was a fucking scumbag, a piece of shit about her like boobies. Is that immature? Sorry, but still, you know what I'm saying.
Hold on, wait, hold on. I'm so sorry. Wait, hold on. Back off. I didn't know that their second kid was actually in vitro fertilization. I don't know if they have fertility problems or whatever. That wasn't supposed to be that type of joke. I'm sorry. Let me rewind that. That was not supposed to be that type of joke. I had no idea. Okay, so
Oh my
let's
God.
erase all of that. Okay, let's erase all of that. Okay, but regardless, like when you're making comments like this, like, bro, maybe she just wanted to come over at 5 a.m. after the club and hang out and chat. Like, come on, dude. Like, this is like, it just sounds like you have no business talking about this type of stuff. Just don't. Jesus.
The minute you see me? So you say, what do you mean by that type of girl, and what do you think could have been planned between us? If I can't get an explanation what that type of girl is, then don't label me as that.
It's
Bro,
also
what?
funny that she's going to act indignant now. However, do you guys remember how this whole thing started?
Dude, I'm so
Because
irritated with doing to do
it kind of sounds like she is exactly that type of girl. From the beginning, wasn't she bragging about like, we're going to go and fuck with these guys and like not actually like get laid or anything? We're not actually going to give it up at all. Like, you are that type of girl. That's literally what you set out to do. That was what the whole
Fucking
joke was.
burnt out
You wanted to
on
like
this
fuck
game
with them, waste your time or whatever, and then like not put out or whatever, not actually fuck, right? But why would you be upset if somebody called Jonah? That sounds like that's exactly what you were trying to do. So why are you mad? Like,
You know what you did? Actually, don't, so please enlighten me. You can come over and we can talk about it. How does this guy still want to hang out? He's still trying to get you back to his house.
well, hold on, Ethan. I mean, wasn't she the one saying like he was toxic and disgusting? I didn't want to be in his presence at all, but she followed him back to his studio at fucking 5 a.m. after asking to go out and eat at fucking 4 a.m. after hanging out and drinking at the club underage. Like,
Holy shit.
Yeah, and during this time, like I didn't want to say it right away. I'd rather him say it for himself. Like like this is why I'm mad, and that's why you see me like avoiding it. At
Yeah,
first.
of
I'm like, no,
course.
what did I do? What did
Of
I do?
course.
And
I guess
he
so,
just never
though.
said
By the
it.
way that she tells the story, like, I guess she is that kind of girl that was just trying to fuck with him. That's her own logic. She's like, I just wanted you. I didn't know you were just that kind of girl that just wanted to debate me all the time. Well, you should have known when she wouldn't shut the fuck up. All right.
But he keeps going. He says like,
So you say,
come over.
I'll continue to say, what makes you think I would want to come over after you saying I had possibly planned something, then saying I know what you did? You know what you did? He says, oh, wait, no. Not to my apartment. I was going to meet in the lobby and talk about it. Did you not read what I said? You're also texting me in a rude way and childishly saying you know what you did, but won't exactly explain what that meant or what you think I'm planning, and disregarded my question as to what the type of girl meant, because I honestly want to know. Exactly. You can't call me anything because you're quiet. Don't project your anger onto me because I didn't want to have sex with you. Who's this?
got him.
Yeah, he tried to play the card. Oh, I don't know who this is. I deleted your number.
Giga
like,
Chad.
I really pulled a heartstring on
Sorry.
that one. I cried.
Hold
for
on, they're
days.
not Giga Chads. That's not true. Sorry.
Wait.
But-
He said that a day later or later that night? How long?
Yeah, no, because I after I had sent those texts, like there's the two last bubbles you see, the one before that, before you see the date, he didn't answer me for a few
Oh, I'm not watching the time at all.
last.
Long-
Yeah, no,
he's-
number.
She wants a response. Do you understand that? Do you understand that this is what this means, right? So she gave him this. I can't see the difference in time, so it's hard to tell. I'm making a little bit of an assumption here, but she responded to his message here. I don't want to talk about, and then he was like, "Okay, fine, fuck it," and then he didn't
Because I
respond.
honestly want to know.
Watch, hold on. He didn't respond to these, so then she texted him again to get a response from him. So she is actually looking for a response, and then he hit her up with a, "Who's this?" Damn, I understand. Yeah, that is exactly what's happening here. I hate that I've played so many text games. I know exactly what's going on here. 100% I've got my life in it. That's what's happening. Yeah. Now I haven't seen the full text between them, but somebody link me this. Oh shit.
Exactly. You can't call me anything because you're quiet. Don't project your anger onto me because I didn't want to have sex with you. Who's this?
Yeah, he tried to play the card. Oh, I don't know who this is. I deleted your number. Like that really pulled a heartstring on that one. I
Tried, but motherfucker, not bitch. Motherfucker, you were the one that was thirsty for his fucking engagement with your text. That's why you sent him 2 more messages after at least an hour, which I think is how iMessage works, right? You sent him 2 more messages after he didn't respond to you. You did want a response. You were hungry for it. Admit it. Like, why else the fuck would you message him again?
cried for days.
Wait.
But,
He said that a day later or later that night? How long?
Yeah, no, because I after I had sent those texts, like there's the 2 last bubbles you see, the one before that, before you see the date, he didn't answer me for a few days, and I had gotten home from Miami
for a few days. And so he might have actually lost her number. Maybe. I don't know if he would delete a number or not. I wouldn't, because I would want to know just in case. But like,
and I was like, he's not responding to me, so I might as well just say my piece, and then that's it. So that's when I had said what I said. Like a few days later, he answered. Yeah.
Well, okay, so he didn't delete her number. He was being childish because he has all the old text messages. So like that's not something he did. I don't know what he named her. Maybe he just left her number there. But like, yeah. So
can I put out a theory forward?
No.
Yeah, let's
About
hear
these
it.
text messages and tell me what you think. Because obviously, if this happened to you, it's happened to a lot of people, I think.
Oh my,
Well,
dude,
probably.
I hate him so much. I actually do.
See, I told you, Destiny. It probably does happen. It does happen to people a lot. You know, where you play these fucking stupid games with each other. Yeah, it's called dating. It's called dating. I don't know if you know that. It's crazy.
I like hate him. I'm like starting to hate him now. Oh fuck, I didn't hate Ethan before, but I'm getting there.
See, all it takes. All it takes is having assassinating a conversation about sexual assault to hate Ethan. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy? Isn't that crazy? And then he gets to push it all off onto her too. He's the adult in this situation. By his logic, she's a dumb 19-year-old. So like, what she's saying, even though she's saying the wrong thing, I mean, she's a dumb 19-year-old. But Ethan just like, he gets to put it off onto her. And be like, well, it's her story that she's telling. We vetted her. She was on the podcast. So they try to shift the blame onto her. But it's your fault, Ethan, for platforming her. You fucking idiot.
He preemptively texts you in the morning and accuses you of doing something, and he won't say what it is.
Well,
You fucking forwarded on me, bro. What the fuck? Can't believe you fucking did that, bitch. That's what he was accusing her.
of doing exactly what she came onto your show to admit that she did. Ethan, what are you talking about?
I guess that's true.
Ethan, she literally said it would be funny to fuck with these guys and like, you know, show them they can't get a 19. That's literally what she is on your show talking about. What are you talking about, dude?
Is he trying to give himself some kind of alibi in case there's any allegations against him? Because he fucked up.
Oh my god. What would the allegations be, bro? Nothing improper really happened. Are you fucking serious? What are you talking about? Dude, you're a schizo you're not schizo post, you're autism posting right now.
And it would look really, 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 really bad
Oh my
if you
God,
told this
dude.
story. So that's how I read this. Is he's like, I'm going to send this message saying you did something.
This is kind of like what I was talking about at like the beginning of my stream. I just want to be like a video game player, dude. Like, I don't think any of these people give a fuck about any of this shit, right? Like, I don't think Ethan cares about this. Like, I don't think Ethan gives a fuck if women get like raped or people believe it. I don't think he actually gives a fuck at the end of the day. It's
No,
just
like he said when it happens. It's like when people, you know, like they die in another country, they're homeless or they're poor or something. He's like, oh, that's sad when you hear about it, but he doesn't really like care. He's not like invested in it, and like that, you know, not everybody has to be, but like, you know, it's something I'm invested in, obviously, for, you know, reasons I've talked about in the past, and it's like it's very upsetting for me when this fucking stupid fuck does shit like this. Ethan does shit like this. It really bothers the shit out of me. It triggers me. It really triggers me.
like whatever gets like the most likes on social media, whatever the fuck like, you know, gets you the most social validation, whatever gets you the most views for your show. Like, I think that's all it is. At the end of the day, I think fundamentally it's all these fucking people care about. And like, I don't ever want to occupy the same space as these people. Like, it just feels gross because now I feel like a loser. Like, I don't want to have these conversations next to these like, fuck, there's so many words I want to say that I can't say anymore. Like, I don't want to have the conversation alongside like these fucking losers that don't care about any of this, right? Like, you clearly don't. So like,
Thing. And I'm not going to say what it is, so that if there's ever her trying to expose me, I have these texts that apparently you did something and I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else. What do you think he's trying to do with these texts?
I think he was just like,
Be childish.
I don't know. I agree, but I also like felt like I think he really believes himself. Like, I'm some type of girl. Like, how dare you not want to have sex with me? I'm
Sure,
I,
you
I,
literally are though. You admitted this, girl. Do you not remember how this whole show started? You literally said, I'm gonna fuck with them. Wouldn't it be funny if I like debated them the whole time and then like didn't actually fuck with them? Wouldn't it? Like, this was your whole strategy. Like, this is what you wanted to do the entire time. Why are you acting like you're not?
Genuine.
I have all these cars and all this money, and how dare you? Like, I didn't know you were that type of girl to have respect for yourself. I think that's
Right.
Like,
I'm so disappointed.
Yeah,
I'm so disappointed that our elaborate plan to separate you two and sleep with you both after meeting you once. I'm so disgusted by you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I felt like, because I really think he lives in a world, like, I think he believes everything he says. Like, I do believe he's insecure, but everything that he says, I think he genuinely believes.
Well,
like,
he's never had a girlfriend, and he's.
Yeah, he said something too
Very
along the lines,
fine.
like on the episode I was on. He said that he never chased after girls in school because it was a distraction. And another friend of mine said, just say you didn't get girls. It's simple. Just say that. But
What's weird is, like, if he wasn't such a creepy, brain rotted weirdo, like, he's tall and he's fit in the name.
I don't know, man. You know, I know them both. I don't know which one, if I was a girl, I would be more afraid of, if I'm being honest with you. You know, you have fucking... Because I feel like you know what you're getting with Fit. He's like a fucking scum, loser, shitty man. With Ethan, bro, he's just so, like... duplicitous, you know? He's just, to me, he's just such a fucking... He just seems like the kind of guy who would just, like... Bro, he's like the fucking... Like, he's like the... Like, he's like the fucking frumpy, like, fuck... Like, he can't get pussy. He's like, okay. And, like, if you won't fuck him, he'll be like, oh, okay, I guess I could take you home. You know, I took you on this nice dinner. And I feel like without pussy, if he wasn't married, that would be the kind of person that he was. Like, honestly, that's the vibe that I get. Like, okay, well, you don't want to be... Okay, well, I took you to this nice dinner. And he's the kind of guy that would, like, try to guilt you into sex. Which, it's annoying. It's childish, but it's not predatory. Don't worry, Ethan. I'm not calling you a predator. But it's true. Honestly, like that's the vibe I get, bro. Okay. Just, you know, yeah. Oh, it was a really nice time. I think I'm gonna go home. Oh, you know, we took you out to the Olive Garden. You don't want to. You don't want to do anything with me.
You would think that if you just would lighten up a little bit and be like a reasonable, normal guy, you would he had no problem attracting women and getting into a relationship. But
it might be that his goal, believe it or not, you virgin fuck, it might be that his goal isn't to just be in a relationship. Maybe that's not what he wants right now. Maybe he just likes hooking up with people. Maybe he likes playing the field. Maybe that's what he's into right now, right? Like,
hey, let's shut up, Destiny, you fucking cuck. You're only saying that because you're a cuck that lets your girlfriend or your wife or whatever get fucked by other guys. All right, you're a beta. You don't understand shit. All right. All right, fuck you, dude. All right, you fucking asshole. I'm just kidding, but. Well, it's true. He's a cuck, but you know, it's okay to be a cuck. We're in the 21st century. I don't know.
Well, like, no offense, bro, but like who the fuck are you to give advice on any of this? Like,
he's Ethan Klein, dude. He knows everything.
There's
Something
something.
with a 19-year-old.
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, but there's something so disturbed about him. And did you? I don't know if you're watching before, but he was a federal agent for human trafficking. What the fuck?
Ethan strikes me as an apolitical normie that hasn't thought through many of these things, but is outraged because it seems similar to situations that have been deemed wrong by the broader culture. Yeah, he's like there's this whole like weird thing where all of these guys on the internet, I mentioned this before, everybody has to be political about everything. And there's this like group of guys on the internet that like previously weren't political at all, but for some reason they feel like they have to be. Linus Tech Tips is exactly the same way as Ethan. And it sucks because like Ethan and H3H and like these are like funny people. Their podcasts are funny, like their old React shit was funny, like they did really cool shit. Ethan did really cool shit when they won that lawsuit for defending React content on YouTube. Anthony Fantano was the same way. Yeah, like all of these people are like super cool. Linus Tech Tips is a really cool guy. His content is funny. It's still funny. They do like cool computer reviews and shit. They actually benchmark stuff. They've got cool video concepts. Like I don't hate any of these people. Anthony Fantano's music review stuff is really cool. He's a funny guy. I think he's a funny dude to listen to. Even though he personally hates me, thinks I'm a Nazi and fascist, whatever the fuck he calls me or whatever. I think his reviews are funny. I think his music reviews are cool. Like it's cool like listening to shit. But like all of these people feel like they have to be like political. They feel like they have to come out and talk about like socialism and rape culture. And it's like, bro, like if you want to make that jump, why can't they do it if they don't want to? Because they're stupid. No. Let me qualify that more. They're not stupid, but they don't take the time to actually have those conversations,
yeah,
right?
True.
Like it's like when every gamer felt like they needed to have like massive social commentary because of Gamergate, and it's like, bro, what the fuck are you guys even talking about, right? If you want to put the work in, like Hutch is a really good. Hutch will always be my go-to example. Hutch is like a gamer guy that wanted to do politics, but he puts the work in. Like he knows what he's talking about. Like I'm never gonna say Hutch like, bro, stay in your lane. Like Hutch knows what he's talking about. If we disagree,
yeah, man, like you really have to like it. That's the biggest thing because you're gonna be wrong constantly when you talk about a lot of social issues, and I'm probably still wrong about stuff. You know what I mean? But like you try your best and you try to learn, and that's the thing that you don't see like with an Ethan. Like there's no like, oh, I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to figure this out, I'm trying to do that. It just doesn't exist. He speaks irresponsibly and he destroys the conversation about a lot of topics. Because it's like it's popular, it makes him money. Like he knows he's gonna get like a nice podcast out of this, so a nice episode on the podcast. He doesn't really care what the social ramifications are. So,
which I think we do. But like if you don't know like anything, you can just like not have an opinion. It's okay to be like, I don't like talking about this shit because it's not my wheelhouse. I do like React content on YouTube, or like I just do music reviews. Like I'm not doing like a lot of social political commentary. Like maybe I will if it comes up in a song, or like Linus. Like yeah, we do like computer review shit. Maybe I'll talk about like worker stuff a little bit because I have like employees.
Well, that's not true though, because if you're a white guy, if you're a straight white guy, you know everything about everything, so you can talk about anything you want. That's how the world works. I don't know how you don't know this, Destiny. There's a very clear lack of education when you speak about something. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be rude, but it's come on, bro. What's wrong with you? You know.
But otherwise, yeah, I don't have like big just. Like, why can't you just do that, you know?
Beautiful.
Fuck, dude.
Yes. My friend lives across the street from like a prison, and when he had dropped off my wallet, he was like, "Oh, I was stationed here once," or something. He said something like that, and then that's when I found out that he used to be a law enforcement officer
For human trafficking department.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Takes one to know one, I guess.
Good one, Ethan. Definitely, human trafficking is what we saw here.
Yeah. That's how he caught them. He knew where they were.
What about Louis Rossman?
It does really bother me though, because Ethan will make these like jokes like this all the time about shit, and then he goes, "Well, it's just a joke." He does the fucking Deaf Noodles defense, like that happened with the Patrice Williams shit, right? Like it's just what he does, and it's like holy fuck. But like he says it in a way where he's not joking. It's a very dry sense of humor. But then he goes, "Well, it was just a joke. It's just my sense of humor. It's just my humor type." It's like holy fuck, like that's the part that's very frustrating. It's just stupid because it's a way to not have accountability. It's literally what you'd call that out as like fucking incel shit. Like incels do that shit where like everything's just a fucking joke, and every time he does something wrong, it's just I was just fucking kidding, guys. Like it's not. I'm just joking. Like you can't be mad at me. It's just annoying. Like yeah, I make jokes all the time. Jokes can be like really fun. Jokes can be vehicles to jokes can seriously be like a vehicle for you to like talk about shit. Like you can use humor as a way to talk about shit that's like important to you and reinforce a specific point. Absolutely. But it's just fucking, dude, every single time he does some fucking shit, it's just a joke, and then we go through this fucking conversation, and his fans are like, "Oh, it's just a joke. You need to shut the fuck up." Like, but then you'll go and you'll criticize like fucking Fresh and Fit, who do like incel shit. Like, but then you'll go and you'll do incel shit. It's like, who the fuck are you different? You're literally just justifying the same behavior that like you condemn in every other dumb, young, edgy teenager on the internet.
I think Rossman is a good example in the other direction. He's like kind of like Hutch. Like he wanted to get into political commentary and activism and stuff, and he did a good job of like doing a little bit of like reading and homework and getting there. I think he did a good job at that. Yeah.
Oh well, this took an unexpected dark turn.
Dark. Oh, racist, dude. I'm just kidding. Dark? What do you mean by that, Ethan?
I basically, when I spoke to Sam, also Sam, she's amazing. She's
Wait,
great.
since when his line is political? Maybe he's not on his show, hopefully. But like on Twitter, he just tweets out like totally dumb fucking shit all the time. Just stupid socialist, leftist, progressive shit. He doesn't understand anything. Like,
Sweet.
Wait, so who's Sam?
You're Sam.
oh damn! Wait, is that serious? Because that makes it even sadder if that's the case. Fit is a decorated U.S. federal agent for Homeland Security with awards and good standing. He left due to the no media presence rule. I think he's just looking for a tried relationship, but most of the show's performance. He literally got an award for saving trafficked children. Wow. Is that actually true? Holy shit!
Wait, is that true? Is Fit? Really? Is that true? Do we know that, or is that just like fucking something? Is that just something that's being said? If that's true, good for him, man.
Yeah, I shouldn't have read that without verifying that. If that's actually true, then damn, Jesus, that's like even more fucked then. Like,
Oh my God, what is
hold
that?
on, actually, wait. Before you guys, I need a link to that. Show me a link to that. Show me a link to that. I want to see if that's actually true before we, because I just like said that.
I didn't feel like
I just said that before reading it. You need to show me, like, link me that. U.S. Marshal operators recover 16 missing children under allegations of sex trafficking. The operation dubbed Fresh Start. Wait, shut the fuck up. No, hold on. I can't.
The Fresh Start. That makes sense. That's where they got the name Fresh and Fit from. We saw.
Can't tell. Hold on, I can't tell if you are. Hold on, I can't tell if you guys are fucking with me or not. No, April 10th, you're fucking with me. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, well, that's funny.
Wait.
I believed it. I believed it. I got skedaddled.
Hold on,
It took an unexpected dark turn. Wow. Well, this took.
That's how he caught them. He knew where they were.
Well, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. He used to be a law enforcement officer. I was stationed here once or something. He said something like that, and then that's when I found out that he used to be a lot of my friend that lives across the street from like a prison. And when he had dropped off my wallet, he was like, "Oh, I was stationed here once or something." He said something like that, and then that's when I found out that he used to be a law enforcement officer
For human trafficking department.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Takes one to know one, I guess.
Wait, what? Ethan is implying that takes one to know one is that the Fresh and Fit guys are like, or the Fresh dude is like a human trafficker, right? I'm not misunderstanding that, right?
No, that's what he's saying. Yeah.
Somebody's disagreeing with my understanding of that. That's what he's saying, right? Am I misunderstanding that, or
it's just a joke?
Yeah, okay,
bro.
just making sure. Okay, he is saying that. Okay, yeah.
Everything's a joke.
That's how he caught them. He knew where they were.
Wow. Well, this took an unexpected dark turn.
You know, I basically, when I spoke to Sam, also Sam, she's amazing. She's very sweet.
Wait, who's Sam?
You're Sam.
Oh my God, what is wrong? Wait, hold on. I need a minute to recover.
I don't think he's very serious. No, it's like a joke, but like this is the implication, of course.
No, but that's the thing is that like again, like he uses it to joke. This is like the thing that blows my mind because like again, like I said it before, like bro, people are like, oh, as if it's a joke, it's just a joke, and we've gotten good at calling out that like really childish behavior of saying everything's just a joke when we want to like not have accountability. But then the second that somebody you like does it, all of a sudden it's like, yeah, that's a reasonable excuse. It's like, yeah, like you should be able to explain the joke. Like, how is it? What's the joke? Like, oh, he's a trafficker, but I don't really think so. But like, it seems like you're asserting that he raped somebody, so you do think that he's within the realm of within that same energy. So,
give me a minute,
Start over
please.
if you need to.
I thought she was talking about her friend. I was confused. I thought she was talking about the other friend there.
Okay, are we done
She
with
kept
this?
referring to Sam, and I don't know why my brain. Sam, I know who you are. I appreciate
here
everything you
every
do. I know your name. I need a minute to recover, guys.
Man, it is Wednesday.
Shots
Man.
are.
It is Wednesday.
Okay, we're done with this. Okay, so he was a U.S. or he was a
Is this real?
Homeland Security officer. I was just curious about that story about the kids and finding them, if that's true or not. I'm just curious about that. But
In trouble in the future. So go all the way down to the towards the part of the conversation, which you guys had already seen all this. This is nothing. This is a surprise.
Does he actually watch this on the stream and just like looks, or maybe he just looks at that because I don't know. Like one thing. Well, I would have watched the whole damn. I would have watched that whole goddamn stream on my stream. Let me just tell you, I would have fucking done it. I don't give a shit. I got no shame. I would have done it, but like I'm afraid they're gonna DMCA because like they're fucking smelly penis heads that DMCA the shit out of everybody, you know. So I couldn't do it, or else you would have seen like a fucking 8-hour stream. Or so what would have happened? Instead, I listened to it and I took notes. So.
oh, so she's like, is this her chatting him up the entire time?
And if you're watching us on,
No, no. Wait, no shot. Wait, no shot. Are these the other? Oh wait, hold on. My internet is goofing up real quick. 1 second. Okay, is my internet recovered? Wait, hold on. Please don't tell me that this is actually the girl, right? You guys really made some amazing progress in such a short amount of time. I'm down to hang one-on-one before I leave Saturday. We should go out to eat. Texting at 4 a.m. No way is this the fucking girl, dude.
Bro, I didn't want to do the stream because I didn't want to get like fucking nay-nayed, but like have the stream get pulled down because they smell like farts, bro. They're literally fart smelling fuckers. Okay, they are smelly fart people, and they will DMC the shit out of you. So I wasn't testing that, you know.
You've got to be joking me. No shot.
on YouTube, you can go ahead and rewind the whole conversation.
I came out to see her for the week, but tomorrow she's working 2 to 6. So do you want to get lunch? Bro, this girl is an actual fucking predator. Okay, please use the. This girl is a clout
Jesus
predator.
Christ.
That's what she is.
Maybe.
Oh my god,
I don't know,
I did
bro.
it.
Seems
I
a
tried.
little
This is supposed to be 2 months of no insults, and I did it. There's gonna be 20 more Britney threads and 20 more Lauren threads tomorrow, and it's my fault. Oh my god, and she's another incel factory. Another incel
I
factory.
want to do this.
Conversation.
Yo, Tim, what the hell's going on?
I just hopped out of the shower. Do you want to hang?
There we go. There we go. Nice and juicy. Look at this big
Handle
fucking
what?
boy.
He's probably
What talking me to shit?
yeah.
After the club, turns out late. I'm out because I gotta catch my flight. I think I told Izzy he's heading, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you come out to Vendome? Are you there now? Yeah, of course. I was a show. You guys coming. I just got off air. How was it? It was good. I'm starting. Do you want to pick you up and get food? My bad, I didn't see your text. Sorry, Vendome. Are you down to come here for a bit and get food after? I wonder if she just wanted pictures of her and him like at the club. It actually sounds like she's like, oh, dude, I hate to say this. I actually feel disgusted with myself. Like, I think Fresh actually got finessed. I think that's what happened. He actually got hardcore played. Damn.
So
Oh, Brickle, I think we're like 10 minutes from there. Or like 5 minutes from there.
He's a honey and lime nigga.
yeah, I need some. Let's keep going. Where's Oh, okay, my bad, Chris. So, okay, so
Here we go.
you know what you okay, so just for full context, can you go back a little bit, Chris? Yep. Because I want to make sure that we have the times and dates here because it's
Oh,
fairly
Myron is fit. Sorry, I don't know. My bad. Whatever.
important for context. Let me get my glasses here. All right, so
Damn. I feel bad for him. She like begged him. The best part is this will only reinforce his views. This is why the left always like loses on like these culture issues because they're not willing to admit when like that there are people like this, that there are girls like this. She finessed the fuck out of him. She clout sharked him. Unironically, that's what she did. She wanted to like get the clout pictures.
I don't know if that's what happened. I don't know. I mean, I understand why you'd think that. So it's like whatever. It's her fucking fault for you know. But like, I don't know if I don't know if I'd say that. And the only reason is because like again, I think, and like a lot of this is speculative. I personally think that like she had a shitty experience and that like this was her way of like relaying that experience. Like she was upset because he was like a scumbag to her, and then like which is not right. It's really fucked up. But I feel like that's more of what it is. But I could be wrong.
Go to the studio, have the stories or whatever, and not actually fuck him. That's what she wanted to do, and she did it. She actually did it 100%. And she even got the clout on the H3H show after. Like, Jesus.
where we at? The club closes at 5. Okay, so hit play real quick. So just so you guys have everything here. We ain't hiding shit. Let's keep going. Okay, pause. So next day, right? 9
Those texts from her were 5 days after she didn't get a response. Do you think she also planned to route him to H3H3? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if yesterday was planned with you and Izzy, but it wasn't cool. I really didn't think you were that type of girl. Very disappointing. All right, so she's in Miami another day. I'm like, fuck it. I'm trying to get my dick sucked. So what does she do? Guys,
Bro, he's honest about it at least. Like, fuck. This is what I mean when I say like, no, I'm not saying he's like a racist person or whatever. I'm not saying that, but like, this is why I'm like, I'll take like a Nazi. Like, bro, tell me you think the Jews are evil and they're trying to control the world. I'll take that. I would rather talk to and hang out with that person. Even hang out with, yeah. I'd rather talk to and hang out with that person versus some fucking like woke skull progressive loser that's like, I like all people equally and I love everybody and you guys are all blah blah blah. Because at least you're honest with me. Be honest with me, right? I'm glad that he says that. He's not some shit like, oh, I just wanted to talk with her and get some teas and crumb. He's like, I'm pretty sure I'm trying to get my fucking dick wet. Maybe I get some hair or some shit. Like, okay.
Personally, I would rather not hang out with either one of them, but I understand. I understand what he's saying fundamentally. I rather hang out with the person who's like honest, like you know what you're getting with that person. I get what he's saying. It's just like you know, I personally, you know, a little sussy if you know. Fuck, I just fucked up so bad, dude. I'm done. I'm fucking over this game. I'm fucking over this. I've been trying this so many goddamn times. What happens every single time? I get fucking cuckolded. Okay, I get cucked over and fucking over again. This game is gonna make me go down the dark path. I'm gonna go down. I want to go to the zoo and kill every fucking monkey I see, bro. You think I'm joking? I'm not. I'm on my fucking monkey incel arc. I'm fucking pissed right now. I'm fucking irritated, bro. Okay? I'm fucking livid right now. I'm fucking pissed.
Okay, cool. Fuck it. At least he's honest about it. Fuck. Like, I know where he stands at least.
here's a little bit of game for you. Whenever you tell a girl that you're disappointed or whatever may be like that, it automatically triggers a response. Don't believe.
That's true. Oh no, I don't think I can't show you this video responsibly, guys. You're not. This is like the forbidden knowledge because the problem is that like a lot of the shit that red pill and PUA people say is true. Like in terms of getting reactions out of women, it will work. It will 100%. But their analysis for why it works is usually really fucked, and it also takes in a lot of bad roads if you're not responsible for it. Okay, this is like it's like the dark side of like social interactions. Like,
believe me, look at her fucking shit. Curiosity is what women operate on, right? You know what you did. I actually don't, so please enlighten me. Nope.
Like men would respond similarly too, right? This type of this isn't unique to women. It will work on women, but it would work on men too, of course.
I can answer it. You come over, we can talk about it. No, right?
Never work.
And she goes, what makes you think I would come over?
So he's probably, now that I'm seeing more of this type of interaction, the more that I'm seeing is that like she's probably not going to come over and talk about it because she knows what she's fucking doing, and that's why he's saying something because he knows she's not going to bite. I understand that. Yeah.
After you saying that I had possibly planned something and then saying I know what I did. Not to my apartment. I was going to meet in the lobby and talk about it. Which obviously, guys, anytime after an exchange like this with a girl where you get her emotional, what she's responding to and like this, where there might be potentially a meetup, you always meet her in public first. Talk it out, figure out where the hell.
That's true. You should. That's absolutely true. Meet in a public area. Yeah, meet in a lobby, meet in a restaurant, meet with somewhere. Don't ever go right back to a room. What a horrible fucking idea. That's absolutely true.
She stands before you bring her back to your spot. And here's the thing, guys. I've done this plenty. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When you elicit emotional reactions from women, guys, it makes them more attracted to you. Here's the thing. Women are emotional creatures, guys.
Okay, but men are emotional too. Fuck. I hate this. He's gonna be right.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing is that like everybody's an emotional creature. We just generally express it differently. Like I say that men tend to be more angry. That's the emotion that men tend to go with, where women probably go with, or they just express their anger differently, I guess. Because like he had a fucking baby shit fit when she wouldn't fuck him. Like it's fine, do you? But like you're an emotional creature. You're having an emotional reaction, and you're like, I don't want to take you home, and I don't want to bring you home now because like what did he say? He said, I don't want to take you home now because I know you're doing a power play. You know, so like yeah, men are emotional creatures. Women are emotional creatures. Except for me, I'm a fucking based incel. You know, but yeah.
He says, but all of this shit works on men and women, okay? Men are not these stoic, emotionless, like logic lords that they pretend to be, okay?
I am.
Men are very, because technically, right, for every criticism, and maybe he would admit this, maybe he would, I'm not sure, right? He got finessed because he was horny the entire time. He got finessed by a 19-year-old girl.
Girl.
This guy sounds like a smart dude. You were a fucking U.S. Marshal or a fucking TSA, whatever.
Okay, your hops are smart. Wow, okay. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know if he sounds like a smart dude, though, but like... But he did seem to get played by a child, yeah, I guess. Well, a 19-year-old. Okay, I don't want to get into the whole... I don't want to start doing the whole Ethan thing, but
Human traffic agent, you were a smart dude. You got played by a kid. You actually got played by a 19-year-old girl that wanted pics for Instagram, and she did it. She got away with it 100%. It worked. So like you can pretend now because like the analysis on the other side is he's desperately trying to get power back in this relationship. He wants to get one on her. He wants to get one over her. He wants to show like, oh, I've triggered you. But like, bro, you're the one that got fucked by this. Like, well, you didn't get fucked. That's the problem. That's how fucked you got. You didn't get fucked. So like, yeah, there's.
Thing is, the one thing you can never be to a woman is boring. There's a reason why women love guys that are emotionally unavailable, guys that are assholes, guys that are jerks, guys that call them on their bullshit. Because guess what? It lets her know right then and there, I'm fucking better than you.
Yeah.
Because
It's true, but it's not true. The reason why women like guys that are jerks or like emotional unavailable, et cetera, it's not so much that women like those people, it's that women don't like people.
Bro, I didn't know that, bro. Jungle drums increase your output of your banana farms by 12.5%. Are you shitting me right now, bro? Oh my god, dude. I didn't fucking know that. Oh, bro, I've been sitting here doing this shit the whole fucking time.
People that are clingy. That's the difference, right? This is why like people will look at like my interactions with women. They're like, oh, like it's crazy.
Fuck,
there was like one incel fuck loser woman that was like tweeting a while ago. Like, I don't know why any woman ever fucks Destiny. Oh, he's fucking grass, blah, blah, blah. Like people will say shit like because they just don't understand interactions. People see how I interact with women. Like, oh, like all Destiny does is neg people all the time. It's not that I'm negging people. It's that I have a fucking spine and I seem like an interesting person to talk to. And I'm not here to be like a simp for you to be a Disney princess, right? That's why people are like interested. It's not because they want you to be an asshole or mean. That's the incorrect analysis, right? You're getting to similar-ish behaviors, but for the wrong reason. This is the problem with all the red pill shit. Okay, hold on.
All right, based. Good video. I mean, what else would I say? What I talked. I mean, I don't know what I would talk to Destiny about. Like, there's nothing. I have no interest. Like, he seems like a nice guy. I just don't have like what the fuck am I gonna talk to this guy about? Because like, you know, God bless Destiny, but he's not a great like. When Destiny's not interested in a conversation, he's not an enjoyable person to talk to. And you get the vibe very quickly when he's not interested. And that's fine, that's his prerogative. But like, I don't feel like being in a situation where I'm trying to like lead a conversation. Like, oh, Destiny, would you talk to me? Like, I don't give a shit. Like, it's too fucking boring. Like, you know, I have nothing to debate him with. We're fairly similar views. I mean, you know, so it would be so fucking, it would be something. Are you ready for this? Let's do it. Oh, wait, I'm doing pretty well, I think. I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing all right. Okay. Come on, that's good. This is the problem. This is so strong. Do you see how much damage this is taking? This is like dude, what? It's like stronger than the fucking boss, bro. Are you kidding me? Holy shit. Oh my god. Dude, this is insane. How the fuck am I supposed to beat this? Wow, it actually died. Holy fuck, am I pissing my balls. That's crazy. I'm not going to be able to win this. Look at how much, dude, look at how much damage this is taking. This is insane. There's no way this is, no. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh my god. Bro, are you fucking kidding me right now? Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.